Ready for some UFO stories? Question mark.
Oh, and then the dumber Kamala seemed, the more they elevated her folksiness, and Tim Waltz, the more kind of Rick Taylor-esque he seemed, the more they talked about his masculinity. Meanwhile, Republicans they're just called Nazis, or they're not covered at all. That's generally what they do. I don't blame Gavin at all for this puffery. It's about both. People lost their homes, they lost their lives, and this author's writing a piece with one hand. She should be eviscerated for this profile. I can't imagine, like, when she's done writing this, people go like, that was really amazing. No, they should say, like, you didn't ask him about the fires. What about the latest California health fraud, where 18% of the entire country's healthcare billings come from one county? Nearly 300 hospices are found in a 2-mile radius of unmarked buildings.
Hey, you're the one handsome boy. Handsome boy. Oh, look, they're already showing up. The blocked people are showing up. The banned people are showing up. Here they are. Banned. Yeah, you're banned, pal. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. You're sorry. That's why you're banned. I'm just sorry you're sad.
Is Gavin just like the pet, and people like to look at him and pet him, but they don't take him seriously as a politician?
Might as well do this while you're waiting.
When Jesse said he was born in Texas, then maybe he would think that. But Beto O'Rourke was his name Gavin Newsom of Texas. Yeah. And he lost 3 times. Yeah. Now Gavin, on the other hand, he's won. And he beat a recall. And the best thing he could get right now is tougher press, because it would make him better. You think about Tim Walz, never had tough press, never had a competitive race. This Walz riding on, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, oh wow, this guy's really terrible. So if he actually had to answer some tougher questions about being Governor Utah, for example, or all the other things that you all mentioned,
Governor.
it would help him a lot.
Camp on Tim.
He has been willing to meet
Anyways, we can switch back and forth. It's up to you. Should be a Midwest thing going on here, I believe, instead of California. It's late, so I might get some California people, I guess. Probably in the 8s there. I'd say midnight, late people out tonight. What is it? Yeah, most people got to work tomorrow. I don't, so. But I'll get into it when I get a few people here. I'm just waiting for people to show up before I start my rant tonight, which is not a rant, actually. This is going to be some serious stuff. I'm going to talk some serious stuff. You don't want to hear them? You can leave. See ya. Go away. Bye. You're not freaking hurting me at all. You can leave all you want. You don't have to be here. Jeez, what is with you guys and the Gramp shit? Really? What, you don't have any grandparents, so you got to call me Gramp? Anyways, again, in honor of Eric von Däniken and Stanton Friedman. Unfortunately, I don't know Eric. I never got to know him. I never had a chance to hang with him. But I was friends with Stanton Friedman, who was the godfather of ufology. Okay, the guy really was. He wrote the book on it, but Eric started it. If it wasn't for, I do look like my dad. That's kind of funny. It's kind of funny you've said that. Yeah, you're not the only person that said that. Especially his sister said that. Wow, you look like your dad. Yeah, I always will look like my dad. Anyways. Already coming in with the assholes. I'm going to look at some of these just for the fun of it. Anyways, look, this is what I mean. These freaking losers. I'm so glad I have moderators now that I didn't even have to ask to be moderators. But anyways, we're going to go back to how this started with the UFO thing, okay? Why I am New Hampshire UFO Hunter. Those are my pronouns. So anyways, go fuck yourself. So talking about UFOs. I figured I'd switch it up instead of politics. It's going to go to politics because guess what? UFOs are very political, by the way. Let me get to the stories. Can I do that before you start asking questions? I haven't even said anything yet. Anyways, I'm an experiencer. There's a difference. I've had missing time. Alien life form. I like that. Alf. Yeah, that's a good one. Jimmy Fallon would like that too. I don't know if you watch Jimmy Fallon at all on Fox, but he's funny. Starting to like him. He's a funny guy. Sometimes, I don't know if I go see him live, but he'd be a good guy to hang out with. I bet we'd have a blast. He's got to get rid of those creepy coats. But anyways, so I wind up reading a book as a kid. It was called Interrupted Journey. And it's about Betty and Barney Hill. So this is kind of creepy too, the way this works out, is that I read the book, and I was around, I would say 4 or 5 years old when I read this book, Interrupted Journey. It's a story of Betty and Barney Hill, who lived right up the road from me here in New Hampshire. And that was the first abduction story that ever was really told. That there was a book about it, and then they made a movie. That's Darth Vader. What's his name? The guy that did Darth Vader's voice. I can't think of his name, off the top of my head. But great actor. Gosh, he was in Conan the Barbarian. Great actor. Somebody will, fill me in if you think of it. It's I can see him in my head. I can't. Names is a thing that. Yeah, I don't support LGBT, but thanks for taking it in the butt once in a while for your friends. Anyways, James Earl Jones, thank you. Yep, okay. Yeah, you got it, James Earl Jones. You got it, buddy. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. I said, I'm bad with names. I'm good with drinks. I bartended for 35 years. I'd remember your drink before I remember your name. That's what it is. I've met so many people in my lifetime. But anyways, good, then you can leave. Anyways, yeah. So I read the book, and then next thing you know, the movie comes on. It was black and white, too. I remember it was a black and white movie. So, anyways, ignore the trolls, by the way. Please ignore the trolls. Or just, you can interact with them if you want. Whatever, I don't care. So I watched the movie, right? And then it piqued my interests. So this goes on, okay, through my lifetime. And my father was a movie fan. And there was a morning where I would sneak out of my room at night. I didn't like sleeping in my bed. I still don't. I don't like sleeping at night. I sleep during the day for some reason, or in early morning. I wait till the sun comes up. There's a reason for this. I'll eventually get to it. So anyways, my dad comes out. I'm watching Monty Python's Flying Circus, and there was a comedian that used to be there. And my dad comes out, and he used to get mad at me. What are you doing up? Why are you out here? Anyways, so I am never minding. So anyways, he comes out, and he goes, "Get your coat." Now, my dad, if you knew my dad, he was not a guy you wanted to tick off. Not a guy you wanted to tick off. Kind of like me. He goes, "Get your coat and your shoes." I'm like, "Oh, shit. We're going out." And I'm like, "Oh, no." And I think he's going to whack me. I think my dad's going to whack me, I'm really thinking. We had a Volkswagen Bug, by the way. It was his Volkswagen Bug. That's the first car he learned how to drive in, and I was 9 years old when that car, we lost it or whatever. It broke down. So we go in the Volkswagen Bug and we drive all the way to, I think it was Palatine, Illinois. It was in the middle. Lived in the Midwest, by the way. It was a little place, Sylvan Lake. Nice little, called it lake. It was a pond. If you were here, it would be a pond because that's acreage. That was a pond. And if I went there today, I'd be like, God, this is tiny compared to what I remember. Because I was, this big. Up to my hip if I was lucky. So, anyways, nothing intelligent to say. Anyways, I have some intelligent stuff here if you want to talk intelligence. You're not going to find it on my chat room. Maybe a couple people, but I'd be surprised. So, anyways, we go and he takes me to see this movie called UFOs Are Real. And then there was another movie. It was a double feature. We went up to the top of it's a giant circular apartment building. There were apartments, and at the top of the building, I wouldn't call it a skyscraper, but it was 40 stories tall. We went all the way to the top, and there was a movie theater. We watched UFOs Are Real by Stanton Friedman. And then, I'm doing good, thanks. And then the thing about the Patterson footage, Bigfoot, right? Watching Bigfoot walking around. We get off the fucking LGBTQ thing, you fucking morons. Jesus Christ. Go suck a dick if you want to talk about it. Hey, look at this guy's gonna 61. He's gonna keep coming with the crap. Anyways, nah, I'm 57, by the way, so get it right. Remember, blah, 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 copy and paste crap, put it on. Jesus Christ, sorry. They're not going to get to me tonight. I'm going to try my best to let them do their stupid shit. Anyways, is there still people here that are actually listening? So we go see these movies. And then I was a bookworm. I grew up. I was a geek. So, yeah, they're fucking morons. Whatever. Don't let them get to you. They keep pushing me. Anyways, we go there. We see the movies. Next thing you know, I started reading more books about UFOs. So we go to I used to go to the library and check out books, even in grade school. I'd go to the section of UFOs and I'd find books about UFOs. There were a lot of books back then, I know. And anyways, so I read a few books and very interesting books, by the way. I learned a lot about Project Grudge, Project Sign, and then, of course, Project Blue Book. And the more I read, the more I took in. And I never believed in UFOs. I really, I was on the fence. I didn't know. That Interrupted Journey movie, though, with James Earl Jones. And I can't remember the woman that was in it either. But Betty, she played Betty Hill. Yeah, it was Betty and Barney Hill, who, again, were abducted here in New Hampshire. So I wind up studying this stuff, and it goes to, eventually, I had heard stories. My mom tells me once, and this is after. This is when I was older. By the way, we had, quote, a poltergeist in my house. It's one of my dad's stories. By the way, my dad didn't believe in anything. Ghosts, UFOs, nothing like that. But he was the one that took me to see these movies because he wanted to see them. So deep down, he did know, and he knew something. There was something in his head that he knew there was weird shit going on. And if anybody makes fun of my glasses, I'm going to ban you immediately, by the way. So anyways, I give a fuck what you do. So anyways, hold on. I'm starting to get a little wheezy here. So anyways, I'm watching the 5 at the same time. So get this. No, this is where it's funny. So you're on path with me. Okay. It's where it gets funny. My mother used to tell, again, we had a poltergeist at our house, and my dad saw it. Okay, one night he came into my mom's room when he came home from work. He owned a tavern, Paul's Tap. When I say tavern, it's a bar. It was a bar, and it was actually a cover for a casino in Illinois. get the picture yet? You get the picture yet? It was a casino. I'll show you the pinky ring. Anyways, he comes home one night at like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. Probably was drinking all night at the bar, dealing with his buddies. Like I said, working the casino because the casino was upstairs. He didn't do anything at the casino. No, but you are. Anyways, I got more money than you fucking want to know about. And I spend it with people. I'll take my friend out to dinner tomorrow. You won't. I guarantee that. Speaking of which, I gotta take my wallet out of my pocket so it don't fall on the couch. Thanks for reminding me. Fucking Jewish motherfucker. Who cares? What does it matter what I am? I'm Italian, you fuck. So anyways. So Dad comes home one night and he gets home and he didn't believe there was a ghost in the house. Basically a poltergeist, which weird stuff happened in the house. I admit it. I've seen it. It happened. And, a lot of weird stuff, as a matter of fact. There's a whole other fucking video I could do about that. So anyways, he comes home and he walked into the room to go get in bed with my mom. And there's a lady laying next to him. A lady in her bed, laying next to her. And he looked at her and he was like, he was in shock, number one. So she sits up, turns around, looks right at him, and then stands up and just disappears. And he gets in bed, and now I got goosebumps talking about this because my dad did not talk about this stuff. And he'll still tell you the story. If he was alive, he'd tell you the story. I got goosebumps thinking about it because that was the one story. He was not into this stuff until that day. And I had that was my first experience, was in my bedroom. After that happened, I didn't find out about this till years later because he didn't talk about it. He was afraid people would judge him like I'm being judged here by these morons. Yeah, the morons, that are here. So he never said a word. And then the next morning he told my mother. My mother told me, and then he eventually told me. Yeah, well, you're a fucking moron, so whatever. What do you know about quacks? You're a freaking idiot. So anyways, look at this guy. My parents were quacks. Actually, they were very into. My mother was an artist. See the paintings behind me? My father he wasn't the brightest guy, but he wasn't a quack. As a matter of fact, if you said that to his face, he'd pick you up by your throat, throw you against the wall, and put a bowling ball down your mouth. So anyways, you think I'm kidding? I watched it. I saw him do it. I watched him crush a guy's skull with a bowling ball. You want to be that guy? Talk to my father like that. Anyways, he told her, I saw your ghost. Anyways, and what are you, 12 going on 13? Yeah, you're 12 going on 13. That's how genius you are. Jesus Christ, these people suck. Anyway, so I find this out, and then I'm gonna move forward past all this stuff. My father's dead, fuckface. So, anyways, Mom tells me this story about when she grew up and where I grew up. Right down the road from where I grew up, Mundelein, Illinois, in Oak Terrace, it was called. Oak Terrace. And we lived on Diamond Lake. You can look it up on Google Images. Look at Diamond Lake. That's a pond. Again, another place, a pond. Last time I was there was during my father's funeral, and I took a walk through. I went and saw my, I told you what's going to happen about the glasses thing. I told you, I warned him, watch this. Anyways, I got to Diamond Lake, and we're living there. And she kept telling me about where my grandmother lived, which I went to the house where they lived, and where my mom grew up. You know, her and my grandmother, Betty. I still call my grandmother. I never called my grandmother Grandma. It was Betty. He always called her Betty. Hey, Betty, how are you? Good to see you, Betty. Beautiful. I know you're watching me. She watches me, too. Betty watches me. She poked me in the shoulder not too long ago, a few years ago, but she did. She came and poked me in the shoulder. She liked to poke you. One night I was having a bad night. My daughter was over, and she poked me. Anyways, Ma tells me the story of the UFOs that they saw. And they saw these UFOs, and the whole town saw them. The whole town, not just the town. That time there was no cell phones, you know. There was no everybody talking. No, everybody was out in the streets watching these UFOs. Yeah, and that's only because you want to put your finger in my ass. So, anyways, you like stinky, don't you? Anyways, yeah, this guy wants to stick his finger in my ass. LGBTQ. So, anyways, she tells me the story about the UFOs. And so I'm like, okay, and I'm hearing about it. And as time goes by, again, I'm still, I got my license the day I turned 16. And then I had a, you would know about that, I'm sure. You probably had it a few times. You know, you can't get rid of that, by the way. It'll stay with you for a lifetime. It's a gift that gives for the lifetime, Mr. Clap Guy. Yeah, I bet you spread it around too, don't you? Anyways, so Mom tells me the story about the UFOs and Grandma. So one day, Mom's working at was Vernon Hills. There was this little, oh, no, it wasn't Vernon Hills. It was another place. I can't remember the name of it, but there was a place. She worked. My mother was, again, an artist. You see this. And she also worked with miniatures. She could build a miniature chair like nobody's business. So one day I had to pick her up from work because my car was in the shop. Well, like I said, I got my license. I was 16, and it was a brand new car. Something was wrong with it. I broke the brake or something. Needed brake, something. So I used her little Honda. Or no, it wasn't a Honda. It was a Chevy. It was a Chevelle little hatchback. And sorry, I had to clear my eyes thinking about Grandma. And so I had to pick her up. She gave me the car. I drove her to work. I dropped her off. I went back. I went to work. And again, I'm 16. I'm working full time by this time and going to school. Going to school, high school, and full-time work. I bet none of you ever did that. None of you. I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore. You can fuck off. Anyways, there you go. He's done. So there you go. I go to pick her up. And on the way to pick her up, I go by Diamond Lake, the elementary school where I went to school, where I did, first through seventh grade. Actually, I think I did preschool somewhere, but it doesn't matter. I did maybe a year of preschool, and then I went to first grade through seventh grade at Diamond Lake School. Again, you can look these places up. And as I'm driving down the road, you get to this point where it was all farm fields, man. And I look up in the sky, and there's 3 giant bright lights in a perfect triangle. And I mean a perfect triangle. Isosceles triangle. Perfect. One up on top, one down below, the other one right over here. 3 of them. And they're not only, and this is daytime, by the way. This is around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And they're just sticking out like a sore thumb. And I'm like, thinking, what the hell is going on? And I'm looking, and I stopped. I pulled over, and I'm looking. And, I don't know if you ever seen Venus at night on you probably can't see it where you're at because it's all freaking city and lights. You see it here, and I videotaped it. I have videotapes. I've actually seen it, and it changes colors. It changes colors. It goes from green to red to blue to purple, and it's just nonstop. It's so fast. It just changes colors, and that's the light resonating through the atmosphere. It's just like seeing a plane from a distance that turns yellow. Yeah, okay. Well, you can get the fuck off my page. There you go. See, shit like that gets you banned. Bye. Anyways, they're changing colors. 3 perfect lights in a triangle during the day. So I watch them for a little bit. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then I go pick up Mom, right? And I'm like, Ma, I go pick her up. I had to drive. By the time I get out of where I was at, I had to go to, I can't remember the name of it. It was a little town. It was such a cool little town. It was all, you're a fucking moron. So anyways, I get to my mom's house, or not my mom's work. I'm sorry. And I get there and I pick her up. And then, she's like, what's going on? I was like, nothing. She gets done with work. I went in, as a matter of fact, off the subject, her boss was friends with Ma Nugent, Ted Nugent's mother. And I got to meet her and him. And I got a bunch of Ted Nugent swag from her. She was funny because I was a huge Ted Nugent fan. I play guitar. I don't know if you know that. Anyways, I can plug in right now and play some Nuge for you. And the Nuge was like, God, I have every album. So anyways, look at the fucking goddamn Jesus Christ. I gotta breathe for a second. People, I'm gonna ignore the comment section for a minute. So we get by in the car, right? And we start driving. I'm like, Ma, I gotta show you something. I want to know what you think. And we get right down the road. It wasn't about, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, who knows. And again, it's a city area. We get here, we go through the roads, we get there, we get to Diamond Lake School, and there's the field, and there's the sky. And she looks up and she goes, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, what is it, Mom? And she goes, that's what we saw 30 years ago, 40 years ago. She talks and she goes, you know the story. I was like, yeah, I do. And she goes, it's the same thing, Paulie. It's the same thing. We saw this already. They were out. People were in the streets watching this. So I go, okay. I have a place. And I have a friend who's got a camera and a spotting scope. You want to go? And she's like, hell yeah. So I go pick my buddy up. I call him. We have to go home first. I call him. And we go, okay, Billy home. I don't even know if he's still alive. Poor bastard. Got in a car chase with a bunch of cops. Had a beautiful car. Got in a car chase. He did a lot of coke. Anyways, he got in a car accident, crushed his skull, was in a coma for like 6 weeks. I was there every day, by the way. I went to his freaking hospital room every single day and talked to him. And he was alive, but he didn't. And then he eventually woke up. It was funny because that's another story. So anyways, Billy and my mom, we called it Lake County. It was the top of the world. There was a radio relay tower there. That's a whole other story, which I'm going to get to. And we went up to the radio relay tower where they had it. It was so high that everybody could get radio, TV, whatever you wanted. And we picked this up. And anyways, we get there and now it's starting to get dark. And the whole time, these 3 lights, as the stars are even moving through it, you could see the place that I'm talking about was so cool because you could see the outline of Chicago and Lake Michigan right there. You could see Chicago and Lake Michigan. That's how high up we were and far away from it that you could literally see black behind the city. And it was high enough that you could see the lake. And at night, it was gorgeous. It was so cool, especially if you climbed the radio relay tower, which I did several times. We'd have to jump over barbed wire fences to get to the radio relay tower. We'd climb all the way up and then drink beers and smoke dope and just look at the city. And it was cool at night. Day was cool too, but at night it was awesome. So, anyways, there's a reason these are retracted. I look at them, and I ain't going to. Not now while I'm into this story. So, long story short, we watched this shit, and it happened for about 8 hours, maybe longer. It was a long time ago. Again, I was 17, 18. Again, driving my mom's car. We took her car, picked up Billy, had the spotting scope, took some pictures. Nothing came out because at that time, I think we had maybe one of those little Kodak, ones you bought at the store. So we're watching it, and my mom, and they're all of us are just kind of freaked out. So then we get home, and we watched it for hours, and we get home, and I had a friend in the police department. I actually had several friends in the police department. Good friends, by the way. And this is what happens when you know the police and you're not an idiot. So I call one of my buddies from the police department. I actually called dispatch, and they're like, "Hey, Paul, how you doing?" And I'm like, "What is going on tonight?" And they're like, "I don't know, but we're getting a lot of phone calls tonight." And I said, "Does it have to do with UFOs?" And they're like, "How did you know?" "Because we saw them." My sister comes home while we're doing this. She's freaking out. She got followed by a flying saucer or something. Don't know. She was freaking out. My little sister was freaking out. Everybody's freaking out. So I say, well, let's call the cops. It's all going down at one time. So I call the cops, and so the dispatcher, I knew her too. I knew everybody at the cop shop. They were good people, and that was back when police were really cool. They're still cool now, don't get me wrong, but they were really cool. So, anyways, the girl goes to me, "Hold on a second, Paul. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna put you on hold." Okay. And she comes back and she goes, "I got this number. I have this number. You gotta call this number." I was like, "What do you mean?" And she goes, "It's a UFO hotline." I say, "Really?" And she goes, "Yeah, here's the number. Tink, tink, tink. Here, I write it down. I go, okay, cool, thanks." Next thing you know, I'm on the phone calling the UFO hotline. Somebody picks it up, and I go, "So this is happening in Illinois right now." By the way, there was another thing that happened in Illinois that wasn't part of. I didn't see it, but there was a giant sighting that went through St. Louis, Illinois. Giant triangle that flew through the entire frickin' Midwest, and everybody saw it. Kind of like the Phoenix Lights scenario. Anyways, she goes, "Call this number." I call it, right? So next thing you know, I'm on the phone, and I'm like, "Yeah, this is what's going on. We saw this, we saw that." And I'm telling them, I'm giving her a description. And they're like, "You're a police officer, right?" I was like, "Yes, I am." I was like, "Why did they?" "Yes, I'm a police officer." "Yeah, Sergeant Spira from the freaking Mundelein Police Department." So after I get off the phone with them, 5 minutes later, the phone rings. I get this is what's creepy about this. This is what's creeping. This is just the first part of the story. Is that this woman, the the dispatcher calls me back, Paul. You can't call that number. I was like, okay, why? That's a police line only, police and fire department. Which, by the way, the fire department has papers. I have copies of those papers. I even put them online. I don't need to. They're all over the place if you want to look them up for what to do if there's a crash. If there's a UFO crash. If there's, what do they call them? Biological entities. Crashed UFO with. These people just don't give up, do they? So, anyways, she tells me not to call it. So my mom is like, and literally, I'm like, Ma, what do we do? So I went to work the next day. It was the weekend, so I went to work the next day. I worked at a pizza joint. Again, the day I turned 14. Unlike you people, you don't know what work is. But anyways, I get home after work. It's probably 2 in the morning. And when I got home at 2 in the morning, literally 2 in the morning, because the maybe 2:30, the restaurant closed at 2 in the morning. We had already cleaned up. I'd be out of there at 2. I'd get home. It was literally 10 minutes down the road. My mom's sitting at the table smoking a cigarette, drinking coffee at 2 in the morning. What are you doing, Ma? Aren't you in bed? She goes, I got a phone call today. I was like, really? She goes, yeah. From the UFO reporting place. Really? What happened? She goes, there were over 10,000 reports. At that time, that's nothing. Again, no internet. It's just phone calls. It's just people. And they don't know what it is. Well, we already knew this. Okay, we kind of knew. Nobody could tell you what it was. She goes, yeah. And there's another part of that I left out, was one of them coming out of the woods. So, the one coming out of the woods where I used to drive my little mini bike, dirt bike, my regular bike. We used to jump, and we used to have BB gun wars out there. Yeah, but none of you ever had a BB gun war. You use airsoft now. We used to use BB guns. You put 2 pairs of pants on, a couple of shirts. This thing came right out of the woods, hovered, did this, and went straight up. Maybe that was backwards. Yeah, it did this. It did. It came, and then it sat there. My sister was with me when this happened. Went like that, and then went and took off. So it looked like a car, like a flying car. So that happens. And I thought nothing about it. It was weird. So next thing you know, I didn't really see anything. I actually did see what I guess you could call 3 B-2 bombers, but I don't think it was, because there were 3 triangle craft that flew over a place where I was working, and there were 3 of them in a row, triangles. Yeah, they had lights on the wings. No sound. All I thought was, this is weird. There were 3 of them in a row. Boom, boom, boom. Right, following each other. Nice and slow. They didn't really like planes. Anyways, I'm not going to watch the news now because I'll go into politics. Fucking morons. Anyways, when I say morons, I mean Hollywood. Yeah, living in gated communities. Anyways, he sucks. Yeah, let him in your house then, you fucks. So anyways, then I moved to New Hampshire. So that's my, Midwest. Then I just didn't give a shit. Oh no, there is another part of that. I started watching the TV show Sightings. It's called Sightings. You can find some episodes on my channel. If you look my name up and go to my channel where my videos are, not my live stuff, go to my videos and you will see some episodes of Sightings, some of which convinced me. That was when it hit, was Sightings. Henry Winkler was the producer. I actually got in contact with him, but it didn't kind of work out the way I thought it would. He kind of got out of it. I had other people that knew him that I talked to, and they were really like, "You need to talk to this guy." And I mean, me being this guy, and they were trying to get him in contact with me to do some of the stuff, but sightings got canceled for whatever reason. They did everything, paranormal, ghosts, really good shows. But the biggest thing they did was UFOs. They actually talked a lot about UFOs, and they had some great footage. And this comes at a time where I see footage on sightings that it clicked. That was it. I see the footage and I go, now, I was still on the fence. Deep down, I knew. But I needed proof. I said to myself, I need proof. And so Henry Winkler gave it to me. The proof came just like that. And it's on my page. I'll show you the proof. And it's the one footage from Gulf Breeze, Florida. One piece of footage. It's all it took. And he had plenty of footage. But Gulf Breeze, and it wasn't Ed Walters, by the way. Ed Walters, excuse me, he took some footage that made headlines, and he became this guy. He also took some footage that was fake because he got notoriety for it. So Ed Walters footage comes out, and then there's another guy that took footage, and it's a guy that was in his car, and he sees this little orb up in the sky. It's a silver ball. This is where it gets very interesting. And the silver ball sitting there, and it goes snap, and it goes shoop. And you can see it in the video how fast this thing was going. It had to be doing 8,000 miles an hour from zero. It's just sitting there doing nothing. It's just sitting there hovering, and the guy goes, "What the hell is that?" And boom, it's out of here. And this is, now you got HD, or not HD, high eights, and, whatever they were using at the time. It was probably high eights. VHSC, that was VHSC. So that was, once you'd have a camera, and then you have to put it in another thing to put it in your VHS. So it was VHSC. I actually have one of those cameras still. I still have high eights still. I have several of them. That's what I still use, by the way. There's a reason. Because number one, digital cameras are fucking unreal expensive. It costs you $4,000 for a decent digital. $4,000. I got these for, actually, a friend of mine bought me one at a yard sale. He comes, "So I got something for you guys." So I have like 3 of them in my room, in my storage room, with all the tapes that I took too. Over 2 hours of footage that I've taken. And so I see this footage, and then I meet this guy. You meet this guy. So I'm gonna take a second here, and I meet this guy. He is the meteorologist from WMUR. You can look him up. He was, God, I would say this was during the Bush administration. Meteorologist. I was bartending. He gets a job bartending with me. I'm bartending at the Olive Garden in Cackett, New Hampshire. Cackett. Right down the road from Fat Eddie. You don't even know what that means, do you? It's Fat Eddie Road. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's Fort Eddie Road. Right down the street. Right on, and freaking one of the roads there. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. I give a shit what the name of the road is. But it was the Olive Garden. The Olive Garden's still open, believe it or not. That's a whole other story. So I meet this guy, and he was in contract disputes with WMUR. Oh, give me 1 second. I think I dropped something. So, anyways, I'm sorry about that. I had to pick up my cigarette. I'm not reading your comments, by the way. You guys can keep commenting. It's not working. So, anyways, he's a meteorologist. We become friends. Very smart guy. Why would I worry about cancer? I got screenings this freaking week. Friday, by the way. Anyways, he come over to my place and we started talking about UFOs, right? So this is funny. We start talking about UFOs. This is the next page of the story with a chapter, nonetheless. So, anyways, let's see. Is this working? It's kind of working. So he come over to my place, and I had this VHS tape that I had recorded from all the portions of sightings. I would record sightings, and then I kind of had 2 VCRs. So I would call it what you will. I would cut parts and put it together and splice, and I put a couple of VCRs together, and next thing you know, I had a nice UFO tape. Anyways, so he starts watching these with me, and then he starts telling me, I believe in UFOs, blah, blah, blah. And he's, again, a meteorologist. He works for the news station, the biggest one in New Hampshire, WMUR. Still is, Channel 9. You know, it's the only one people watch. It's not Boston, it's not Vermont, it's not Maine, it's New Hampshire. And he's like, all about it, you know. So I'll skip to the gory part. One night, told you it was going to come back full circle. I go to him. I say, there's a meteor shower tonight. He's like, yeah, I know. I was like, I got the perfect place to see it. I lived in a little tiny town called Pittsfield, New Hampshire. So I tell the guy, why don't you come over and we'll go up to the top of the mountain, Catamount Mountain. They called it Catamount Mountain because it was full of mountain lions and they killed them all, which, they still say there's mountain lions around here. There's actually been a couple of sightings, but not where I'm at, that way. And, again, this is Pittsfield. It's Podunk. Talk about going from Mundelein, Illinois, right out of the freaking, right out of Chicago. I mean, women and spars and blues and everything you wanted, to go into Pittsfield, not a place you want to wind up. So I finally, and I still live there. He comes and we go up to the top of the mountain, Catamount Mountain. And guess what's on the top of the mountain is a little radio relay tower on the top of the mountain. Not a giant one like the one I used to climb, a little one. So we get there and we're watching and boom, shooting star, boom, meteor shower. They're just boom, boom, boom. We're watching these meteors and we're like, wow, this is cool, right? Beautiful night, too. It wasn't too cold. It was perfect night, clear, not a cloud in the sky. And then I start telling him, he goes, how'd you find this place? I said, well, I know about radio relay towers. I knew this was up here. My buddy runs up this way. He used to run. I'd meet him on the top of the mountain in my car. He'd run up the mountain, and then he'd jump in the car. We'd smoke a joint, drink a beer, and drive home. So anyways, I go fishing there, too. Berry Pond was right there. Oh, what a bass pond. That place, man. 5-pounders everywhere. I'm surprised I didn't get a 10. There's probably a 10 floating around. I'm going to go back, which I probably will. That's another story. So we're sitting there, and I tell him about the Mundelein experience, the 3 in the sky. And I said, yeah, I'm telling him about the UFOs. And after we had watched videos, and he's all into this UFO thing, right? So I said, there was a radio relay tower there, but it wasn't like this little tiny one that's behind us, because it was small. It really wasn't. It was maybe 40 feet tall. The one that we went up was 120 feet tall. Like, we'd climb it. You'd have to get in the middle of it and climb it like a ladder to get up to the top. Anyways, I said, when it had 3 red lights on it in a row. 1, 2, 3. 3 red lights. And I say, just like that one over there. And I'm thinking, and he's like, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, like that. And there's 3 red lights in the sky. 3 red lights in a perfect row, sitting at perfect distances in the middle of the sky. And I'm thinking, I've been up here a dozen times. Why have I never seen that tower? And I'm like, I don't think that's a tower, man. And he's like, well, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a tower. I'm like, I don't think it is. And I'm watching. All of a sudden, the middle one goes, dink, and moves. Just like that, too. Dink, moves. Now it goes from dink, 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 perfect line, to offset. So I go, dude, that's not a radio relay tower. And he goes, yeah, it is. I was like, Phil, look. And he goes, you might be right. So next thing you know, these 3 lights, and they're off to the left of us. I would say it was north. If I remember, yeah, because south was that way, east, west, definitely to the north of us, was 3 red lights, and then 1 moves. So it gets better. Next thing you know, he's like, that's weird. I was like, you think? I was like, that is not a radio relay tower. And then the 3 lights start moving towards us. It's slowly moving towards us. And I'm going to try and keep this short, but how do you do it? Next thing you know, one of them brights up. It just kind of gets brighter and then splits. Now there's 4 red lights. And he's like, what the hell is happening, man? I was like, what do you think's happening? And literally, now we have 4 red lights. And we're literally on the top of the mountain looking east. There's west behind me. I'm looking east. Down into the valley. Catamount Mountain, down into the valley, into Pittsfield. You could hear the cars coming down the road. And next thing you know, these 4 lights are moving towards us. And then the other one, the one on the bottom, snap. And it splits again. Now we got 5. And now he's starting to get like, this is creepy, dude. And again, they're way off to the north. By the time it was over, there were 15 red lights right in front of us. I mean, literally in front of us. These things came all the way from the north, flew right into the valley, right in front of us. So, in my ultimate wisdom, unlike most of the people in my chat room, I have wisdom. I get in the car and I go, you got a camera? And he's like, yeah, again. Now we have a stupid freaking Kodak fake camera. I'm taking pictures. And now we got like literally, it started with about 6 and then it went to 8. And they just kept splitting. These red lights are going bink, boom. They kind of flash and then they'd split. Now, by the time you know it, they're boom, 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 all right in front of us, literally right in front of our faces. And so he starts freaking out. I'm like, dude, calm down. We're fine. We're fine. He's freaking out. He's like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, what do you think it is? We've been talking about it for weeks, months, years, whatever. I don't remember how long we worked together, but it was a while. And next thing you know, I get in the car and I'm like, give me your keys. And I turn on the car and I start flashing SOS. I don't know. I guarantee not one person on this chat room knows how to do SOS and Morse code. I'm doing Morse code. SOS. Blink, blink, blink. Blink, blink, blink. Blink, blank, blank. That's S is 3 short ones. O is 3 quick ones. S is 3 short ones. So I'm going S, O, S. And I'm blinking, right? So, and they're hovering. They're just hovering in front of us, right? They are hovering in front of us. And now we got like 15 red lights. This gets better. Next thing you know, one of them goes like this. It's just sitting there hovering with all the rest, and it goes, boom, it drops down and flies straight at us. It gets within 30 yards of us, and it just gets big and bright and red, and he loses it. This guy pissed his pants, and he jumps in the car. Get out of the car, get out of the car, jump in, we gotta leave. He's freaking out. So he's freaking out. And I'm like, dude, calm down, it's okay. Because now he knows we're about to get abducted. He gets in the car and he takes off and leaves me on the top of the fucking mountain. The guy left me on top of the fucking mountain. And I don't know what to do. Oh my Jesus Christ. Yeah, apparently you don't have anything smart to say. Otherwise you wouldn't be banned. So anyways, I'm like, what the fuck? He just left me here. So then, next thing you know, I'm like, shh, and these things are still there. This thing's sitting right in front of me, and I'm like, whoa, that was the coolest shit I ever seen. Except, it gets better. I walk down the street. I start walking down the hill. You know, literally down the mountain on the dirt road, off the trail. And he backs up. Get in, get in, get in. I was like, dude, let's go back. We got to watch this. He's like, what are you, nuts? So, yeah. Anyways, yeah, fuck your mother, too. Anyways, we probably have. But anyways, we get out and I get in the car. I'm like, let's go to my sister's house because she had a camera. She actually had a nice camera. It was a VHS. You know, you put the VHS tape in. It wasn't a VHS-C or something. Oh, yeah, this was as real as you can be. He's still freaked out. The next day, or a couple days later, it was definitely within that week, we go to work. And this is funny. We worked right down the street. Again, Cackett, New Hampshire. We, anyways, we get to the restaurant and we're setting up. It was weird doing a lunch shift, him and I, just the two of us. You know, dinner we had 4 bartenders. Excuse me. We had 4 bartenders. I don't have to wipe my nose. My nose isn't running. Fucking wipe your fucking ass. Get rid of that stink. Yeah, I don't deal with that crap. Get your flags off my page, motherfucker. There you go. How'd that work out for him? Boy, it's unlucky I put my freaking... yeah. No. Anyways, who cares? Anyways, so the next day, next couple days, we're at the look at these idiots. Boy, they really have nothing better to do they? Go suck a dick. How about that? Go suck a dick. Is that your name? Is that your... Oh yeah, look, everybody, his name's Go Suck a Dick. Anyways, Go Suck a Dick. That's a good name. My mother's dead, fuckfed. Yeah, that's right. Okay, we're not doing this. Anyways, So we go to work and we're working, and next thing you know, I'm gonna take my glasses again so we can't feed these fucks. That's all they got. Wow, what a bunch of losers. Anyways, we worked right down the street from the National Guard, and we're doing a lunch shift. I can't remember what day it was, or this is years ago. So the National Guard, the helicopter pilots come in, and I knew them. They're helicopter pilots. They were pilots for the National Guard because that's what the National Guard place was. It wasn't just soldiers. This was air base, and it was literally right down the street from us. So, at any rate, they come in, they get their soup and salad. You know, you ever been to Olive Garden? Soup and salad, you know. So the guys come in, and I ask them. I just go up and I'm kind of like, hey, how you doing? I'm serving them. You know, how you doing? Good. Here you go. Here's the soup. Here's the salad. Of course, they're not drinkers. You know, we're working a bar. Whatever. You had to do what you had to do to get through the week, just to get to the weekend to make money. And these guys, I asked them, did you guys hear anything about over Pittsfield? And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, we saw 15 aircraft, if you want to call them that. And the guy's like, what do you mean? And he gets kind of freaking like angry. I'm like, well, there were 15 red lights. Well, it started as 3. They kept splitting apart. Next thing you know, there's 15 of them. We were surrounded by this shit. And the guy's like, they were helicopters. I said, then why didn't they make any sound? And the guy's like, and he doesn't know what to say. And he looks at my buddy who was there with me. That was Phil, the weatherman, Phil Erickson. You can look him up. Phil Erickson, weatherman from WMUR. And he goes, that didn't happen. And Phil looked at him and goes, yeah, it did. He goes, he's telling you the truth. And these guys, there were helicopters. I was like, really? You had 15 helicopters flying over the valley in Pittsfield? And they didn't know what to say. These guys ate their lunch so fucking fast, it wasn't funny. They just shoveled down the salad and soup, and they're like, we're out of here. I never saw them again. They would not say a fucking word. They were so scared, they knew it. They knew something. And he said anything. So it gets better. Let's move forward. So now you go. Here I go from Illinois to the incident in New Hampshire. The first incident in New Hampshire, which wasn't the first. I had missing time in New Hampshire before my second incident of missing time. I was actually at a party one night in Boscawen, which is, now something, this is another town, whatever, who cares. And I left. They didn't want me to leave. I had been drinking, much big surprise. And they didn't want me. Oh, you're gonna stay here. Everybody was hammered. This is one thing. I don't know. If you don't know me by now, I can drink all day. You wouldn't even know it. Most people don't. I've been pulled over. They're like, oh, you been drinking? Nope. Anyways, this party I was at in Pittsfield, same place. I left, and all I remember is getting home and waking up in my car. I don't even remember driving there because I left, and then I woke up in my car at home, and I couldn't fucking figure out how I got there or why or where or what. But I don't remember anything in between that. And it was like the next afternoon. There's another time this happened. Before that happened, though, before the next sighting, which is the best. The best sighting is coming. I was working in the center of New Hampshire, Manchester, New Hampshire. At the center of New Hampshire. It was a giant hotel. Now it's Holiday Inn. Um, I did. I was a caterer, bartender, caterer. I would do everything. It didn't matter. I was one of the top people there. I would run the bar in the lounge, and I actually set up a jam night with one of the greatest blues men I ever knew. Yeah, it was fun. We used to have jams. I actually won. You know, I won a trip to Florida and they took it away from me. I won a trip to Florida because I'd get up. I played with Ray Davies from the Kinks there. That was awesome. Let me tell you, he smoked me. That guy smoked me. I learned a lot from Katie Bell and yeah, and all his guys, Mark Miller, and just really great musicians that took me under their wing because I walked on stage one night and played with them, and they loved me, and I loved them, and we played. One of my friends played drums with him, and he was a great drummer, Katie Bell. He's passed. And anyways, long story short, one night I'm at work, and after work, it would be around, we get done around 9, 10 o'clock, depending on what it was. If it was a function, it would be 10 o'clock. We'd be done. We go downtown, play pool, go hit a pub, play pool. Man, and here you go, LGBTQ. Yeah, my friend was gay. I wasn't. He was. I don't care. He was a good guy. We go out and play pool. I actually got in like 3 or 4 fights because of him. Because people be like, "You're gay," and I'd be like, "Why don't you fuck with me, motherfucker? I'm not gay." And they would fuck with him, and then I'd wind up fucking knocking somebody out or getting arrested. And then the cops would be like, "What happened?" "Oh, you were fucking with my buddy." "Why?" "Because she's gay." "Oh, shh." And they'd be like, "Man, that sucks." Yeah, and then they let me go after I knocked a few guys out. No, I literally bar brawls because of him. And I remember my sister came a couple times. She would get into fights with these assholes. Well, fuck them, whatever. They can be gay all they want. Just don't throw it on you. That's what's happening now. Now, this is the difference between then and now. Is now they walk around like, "Say, look at me, I'm gay." Anyways, that's a different story. Anyways, he was a good guy. And I also had a Jewish friend who worked there. He was from Israel. Still, would be friends with him if he didn't get hit by a fucking missile from whoever. Iran, I don't know. I remember talking to him on the phone where missiles. Oh, Jesus Christ, don't get me going, you fucking morons. Anyways, so I go to work one night and I'm like, it's football weekend. And I used to do this ritual on Thursday nights. And I remember my buddy, my gay friend, he goes, "Paul, you want to go shoot some pool tonight?" We used to have a couple people with us too. Of course, "Paul, we're going to shoot pool. You got to come with us because I'm the pool master." Okay, I will fucking beat anybody at pool. I'm a hustler. That's what it is. You haven't figured that out. You're an idiot. So, anyways, I'm like, not tonight, man. I got shit to do because I wanted to go watch Inside the NFL and watch Nick. I want to say Bonamassa. That's the guitar player. He was a great handicapper. I learned from him. My dad too, but I learned how to handicap football and horses and stuff from very intelligent people. And I followed them, and that's how I learned. That's why people call me on the weekends now. I used to call other people. Now they call me. No, the other people don't call me, and they don't need me. Whitey was one of my dad's buddies. He was a bookie. Yeah, we don't use bookies anymore. I got a friend Friday. Peace, Friday. Hope you're okay. Haven't seen you in a while. He's a good guy. He's a great guy. We play golf once in a while. I still run into him here and there. We play golf. He hurt his knee or something, so we haven't played golf in a while. But anyways, So Nick and the guys on HBO inside the NFL. I get home. I leave work. It's 10 o'clock. I get home. I leave. As I'm going home, I look up at the sky. I'm like, wow, what a beautiful night. Look at, boy, this could be a great night for a UFO sighting. So on my way home, I'm looking up at the sky. I'm seeing all these stars. They're everywhere. And I'm just like, wow, look at the stars. And I'm just thinking, I get to I'm getting ready to go to the toll booth. Used to get the coin package because it was cheaper. I'd buy a roll of quarters. Or it was like quarters. It was coins. It was freaking tokens. Tokens they're getting rid of them, by the way. Now you gotta have a freaking stupid easy pass. Or they send you a bill and then they fucking snag you for more money. Anyways, I don't go down the highway very often. I can take back roads. I don't give a fuck. And if I do, I'll pay it. Just don't forget to pay your little bill from the toll booths they're shutting down. Anyways, I leave. I'm like, wow, it's 10 o'clock. I can make it. It's 45 minutes from where I lived. Literally 45 minutes on the dime. I can make it there. Boom. So I leave the joint. I'm on the highway. I'm on the way down. Next thing you know, I'm like at the exit, my exit, and I'm like, and I had the coins on my seat. I would take my coins to throw them into the bucket at the toll booth, and I didn't, I got these coins, and I look, and they're still there, and I'm at 89, and I'm going 89 north, yeah, and I'm like, what the hell? North, same thing as west, and you wouldn't know that. You probably don't drive. Anyways, some people don't. Anyways, 89 north, I get there and I'm like, what the fuck? Why are my coins still there? I could have blown through it. There were gates. You could just blow through the gates. I get home, right? So I get home. I was living in a basement. And have my own little kind of apartment thing going on. And I get there, I go in my back door, and I open the door, and I get in. It's a cool little place. And everything I needed, washer, dryer, and whatever I needed. And full kitchen. And I get in, and I go in my bedroom, and I'm like, I put on the TV. I'm like, boom, click, inside the NFL. And it's a movie. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Where's am I in the wrong channel? So I'm flipping through channels. Then, this was direct TV, by the way. I had a satellite dish. And I'm like, where the fuck's my wires and inside the NFL not on? And I had left at 10 o'clock. I look it up, and it says it's 4:30 in the morning. And I'm like, this can't be right. So I went upstairs. I'm looking at the clock, 4:30 in the morning. I wake the person up. What time is it? 4:30. Why are you fucking waking me up? And somebody else in the room upstairs. It's 4:30. Why are you waking me up? Oh, fuck me. I go back downstairs. I lost 6.5 hours of time. Gone. Just like that. Left at 10 o'clock, got home. It was 6:30 or 4:30. Lost 6.5 hours. So the next thing you know, we had a computer. And I went upstairs the next day. I get on the computer. And I'm starting to look up missing time. And now this is like, okay, it's going to get better. Missing time. And it all keeps coming back to alien abduction. You were abducted. You were abducted. You were abducted. It's alien abduction. So, anyway, after that, I kind of got freaked out. And then the memories came rushing back from the time I was 4 years old to the time I was in Pittsfield, New Hampshire, when I had a cop come up to me in my bakery, my restaurant. Yeah, I owned a restaurant. How many restaurants did you guys own, by the way? How many? None, that's right. How many businesses? None. Yeah, and the cop came to me and said, Paul, what the fuck's going on? Berry Pond, Catamount Mountain, where those red lights were. He found me in my car because I go fishing there. And he found me in my car, passed out, tried to wake me up, couldn't wake me up. And it was like 80 degrees out, middle of summer. He said, I couldn't wake you up. I kept pounding on the window and trying to wake you up. I thought you were dead, but I saw you were breathing. Were you drunk? I was like, oh, I wasn't drunk. Again, I can drink all day. I don't get drunk. And, you know, it was Bob. He was a good guy, Bob. I miss him. He used to come in, and that was one day he came in to get a donut and a coffee. He told me, Paul, I found you on the side of, you know, in your parking spot over at Berry Pond, which you're not supposed to fish there. But they didn't give a shit. It was me. I would go there and park my car and a freaking, you know. I remember going there and like being just tired from hiking all day long, up and down and around the pond and catching bass left and right. And just fun. It was a great place to go. Still is, I miss it so much. I actually have a new pond now, which I ain't gonna tell anybody where it's at. But I got a new pond now, and I can't wait for spring. I gotta throw my canoe in there. I gotta get my canoe registered. I got a leak. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna get some of that Flex Seal, I think. Anyways, so I lose 6.5 hours, right? Now I see it. Now everything comes together. Again, we're talking about UFO stories. And I guess there's some still assholes that don't want to hear them. Well, you can leave. How many? 161 volts. Okay. So anyways, I need a break here. I'm going to roll a cigarette. Then we'll get into the next story because it gets really interesting after this. Have you ever seen the Dome of the Rock video? If you haven't, take a moment, look it up on YouTube. It's called the Dome of the Rock UFO. Dome of the Rock, it was in Israel. It's apparently, if you look it up, it is apparently where they brought the Ark of the Covenant. Okay? The Ark of the Covenant was on this place. And you can look it up. People say it's fake. It's not. I just seen different angles. There are fake ones because that's what they do when you get a real good video, which the Dome of the Rock video is real. I actually have been in contact, I guess if you want to say that, with the guy that took it. Yeah, it's real. But this next one, the footage that you see there, I wish I had footage of what I saw. Blue Star Kachina. I'll tell you about it in a minute as soon as I'm done rolling my smoke. Look it up. Dome of the Rock video. Israel. It's called the Dome of the Rock UFO. And, wow, shit. I'm going to take a shower and cut my hair. Safe. We do. I was going to grow a beard. I actually got through the itch, but it's not working for me. Hey, even my doctor said, just sport a beard, dude. Okay. My goatee looks awesome, but this, nah. Just need some trimming, too. Anyways, Dome of the Rock UFO video. Look it up. while I'm rolling my smoke. Look it up. It's very quick. Drops down, boom, flashes, and then goes, boom, gone. See ya. And that's the difference between their technology and our technology. And there's a reason they show it. They're doing it to, it's awakening. It's called an awakening. Trying to warn people or tell people, yeah, we're here. Been here all along, by the way. You're not supposed to be here, by the way. Us humans, they put us here. So there you go. Carville. Fuck him. He's an idiot, this guy. Carville. He's a fucking moron. That guy, typical Democrat moron. They got nothing. Democrats have absolutely nothing. Anyways, back to UFOs. Sorry about that. Oh, look, there's 4 or 5 blue states, and they're all having problems. They're all, taxes are high. They have burnings building down. They're all standing in the streets, blocking. If I was in a blue state, I'd move, and that's what's happening. They're moving. Anyways, back to reality. Yeah, because that's just fake bullshit. They don't know. They're just morons that have been led to believe stupid shit. So, anyways, and they're believing it. That's the problem. So, okay, back to the stories. So, one night, if you looked up, did you look up those videos? Oh, yeah. Who's he? Anyways, Carville. I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who he is. Sorry, I didn't read it. I will though. I see your thing. No, actually, I was driving. You fuck. So I was driving. Again, I'm all over the place. And here you are attacking me. I'm all over the place. What have you done? What have you accomplished in your lifetime? Name one thing. Can you name one thing you've accomplished? Oh, here he comes. California has lost more people. You have more homeless people. The 4th largest economy in the world. You have more homeless people than any fucking state in the country. You have more. How many houses have you fixed since they burned down? Listen to this idiot. Wow. Is that what you think? You think that shit's going to work with me? You think it's going to work with my fans? You think it's going to work with anybody? California has Gavin Newsom. Go cross your legs, suck a dick, and get the fuck off my page, you loser. Fucking moron. You have the 4th largest economy. Yeah. You have the 4th. Yeah, why? Because you're a bunch of fucking actors and fakes and liars and propagandists, and you just stand around at the Grammys and you go, oh, God, I can't stand Trump. Yeah, what the fuck? Have you seen that? Yeah. Look at this idiot. What the fuck? These people are really sick in the head. That guy's sicker than most of them. He's number 2. He's just here to fucking attack because I'm right. And you're a loser. You're going to lose. You think Gavin Newsom is going to become president? Anyways, get off the fucking politics, Paul. Get off the politics. You're a fucking moron. This idiot. Get him off my page. Will somebody please ban him? Where's the moderators? Get him off my fucking page, scumbag. So anyways, back to what I was talking about. That was fun. I got to release a little tensed up information that this guy brought out. God, what a scumbag. So anyways, I'm on the way to work. And I don't know what happened. I remember I was bartending. So anyways, yeah. I don't know who he is. Anyway. So anyways, long story short, I go to work, and I was running a bar in Sunapee. Yeah, I ran a lot of bars, by the way. Not my first bar I ran. I managed several bars. I owned my own restaurant. I did very well for myself. God, it can all go away so fast, by the way. I remind you of this. You can bust your ass your whole life, which I did my whole friggin' life to get here. To listen to idiots like this fuck face. Anyways, I wish I could meet him in an alley. He's probably some little punk behind a computer. You fucking piece of shit. Anyways, so I had booked my friend's band, who I played with quite a bit, by the way, for almost 10 years. He's actually the reason I have my own band now. I have to admit it. Great guy, total asshole, but still a great guy. I mean, but a total asshole. He was the biggest prick I ever met in my life. He's still doing it. Actually, it was funny. He's pissed at me because I told him I'd smoke him on guitar one day, and I do now. And it's funny because he was really an incredible guitar player. That's why I met him, is because he was an incredible guitar player. See, and there's a ticket punch for you guys if you're a musician. Surround yourself with other good musicians. Don't play with shitty musicians. Play with good musicians. And anyways, I'm not going to mention him or call him out or tell his name. But anyways, I'm running a bar, and it was a very good bar, as a matter of fact. I met Liv Tyler there. I met her grandparents. Steven Tyler had a place right on the place, it was right down the street from where I worked. They used to come there. The Aerosmith crowd, I guess you'd call it. But his parents were really cool. I never really did hang out with him, but I did hang out with Liv Tyler. It was funny because I met her grandparents, and they said, "My granddaughter needs to get out. Can she come here? Will you not tell people it's her?" I was like, "No." And she came in. She had sunglasses. It was funny. I'll never forget it. I thought I was going to get it. She was very nice, too. I got to say, Liv was very nice. I don't know if you see this, Liv, but peace. Remember Son of P. Harbor. Yeah. The Anchorage. That was me. She came to see me a couple times, I think. I know at least once, and she was a hot shit. It was funny. She had sunglasses and a baseball cap on. She was a hot shit. And we hung out with her and shot the shit. Got her lunch. Made her a few cocktails. Anyways, see, that's normal people stuff. So, back to the story. I think, my battery's starting to get low. Anyways, I don't have a long enough cord. So I'm going to get through it. We do a gig, and my buddy's band plays. I get up, I go on stage with him, I do it. I actually played there. He went to Vegas. I took over the band, and then the guys were like, "We need to get rid of him." And that's when they started my own band, because I didn't want to do it to him. So we, well, okay. Anyways, we're on the way home, my sister and I. Comet Hale-Bopp is out. Remember the Hale-Bopp comet? Do you remember that? Yeah, Hale-Bopp. Didn't even know it was coming. Didn't even know. Didn't hear nothing. I just look up and I'm like, that's a fucking comet. What the hell's going on? And my sister said, "Boy, you think that's Hale-Bopp?" That was the people, remember the freaking people that killed all themselves? Or the guy that they did the Hale-Bopp fucking kill everybody thing? So anyways, I see the comet. Then I look up, and my sister's driving. We're in an Astro van. I don't know if you've ever been in an Astro van. I doubt it, because this was, again, years ago. God, probably 15, 20 at least. Probably 20. I'll go with 20. And we have this big giant windshield, Astro van, and there's this, we're looking at, this is one thing that's cool about New Hampshire is you could see all the stars. I mean, it looks like a cloud. It's not a cloud. That's stars. It's, one of the little parts of the Milky Way that you see. They say it's the Milky Way. Well, we're in the Milky Way, you fucks. And that's just one of the big arms of it. And you see it, and it's right over your head. And so we're looking and we're driving, and there's this giant, I wouldn't say giant, it was a star. Size of maybe a planet at the most. I don't know. I could go out. I just saw Venus a few days ago, last week. Venus was in there. Mars was up there too. I saw Mars. That was pretty cool. Looking at Mars. I knew it right away. You could tell it was Mars. It had a red hue. Anyways. It's a blue star sitting in the middle of all this shit. Just stars. Comet over here. Blue star right here. Right in front of you. Comet's on the right. You can see it. Big freaking tail. I'm like, wow, that's wild. And there's this blue star. And it's just sitting there. And my sister goes, what the fuck do you think that is? And I go, what do you think it is? She goes, you think? I was like, no, I know. Are you kidding, Pam? Look at it. My sister Pam. She's dead too. So if you want to make fun of her, come see me. So anyways, we're both in the Astrovan with all the equipment in the back of the van because that's what she did. She was pretty cool about that. She would help us get equipment back and forth. Drums, keys, whatever. Mostly drums and PA, and guitars, amps. The van was full of equipment. We actually had some really good gigs with her. It was fun. She was actually one of my biggest fans, which was cool. And all my friends' fans, too. She loved coming to see the band. And we had all the equipment. And we're driving down the road. I'm like, slow down. Let's check it out. And we start slowing down. And this thing's just sitting there. This blue star sitting like a sore thumb in the middle of the sky. Middle of night. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. We played till at least midnight. And, because we didn't do 2 in the morning here. And this freaking thing is just sitting there. And it's just like, and she goes, do you really think? And then it goes, as she's saying this, it goes, and takes off. And it's just like a fucking bat out of hell. This thing just goes straight up into the sky. And it's literally floating in the middle of the sky. Just a blue star. And it goes, boom! And she goes, oh my fucking God. And I was like, do you believe it now? And she was like, that was fucking creepy. So we get home. And I was dating this girl at the time, right? So, yeah, one of you people probably bring her up, the fucking loser that took everything from me. So I'm dating this girl, and I wound up living with a friend in their basement. I lived in a lot of basements. Well, it was actually a garage. That was a garage. That wasn't a basement. It was cool though. And again, same thing. Had a room, had a washer and dryer, a toilet, a shower, everything I needed. If I had to cook, I'd go upstairs, which I cooked more than anybody. I still do. And I tell the girl about it. I tell the story. And this is not long after this happens. In a few weeks, I tell her, I tell her about the blue star. And so she doesn't really react to it like I would imagine people will react and be like, well, what do you mean? So anyways, long story short, it was a couple weeks after I told her. And I'd leave the door open for her, and she'd come over after work, and she shows up at my house one night, and it was late. I was like, "Where you been?" I didn't give a shit. Whatever. I was like, and she's like, I'm tired. I just want to go to bed. No sex tonight. Whatever. You can deal without sex. I've dealt without it for quite a while, by the way. And that might change soon. Anyways, they she shows up. She's all freaked out. I'm like, what's wrong? I don't want to talk about it. So okay. So anyways, I'm not reading your comments, man. So get over yourself. You can keep talking about it. Call me all the names you want. I'll read them later. Doesn't matter. I'm not gonna change anything. You're not gonna change shit. So anyways, she goes to sleep. So, and this was my deal, man. I've been this kind of guy my whole life. It didn't matter, sex, not. I don't care. Dinner, whatever. I always cook. I've never had a woman cook for me better than I do. So I can't meet a woman that can cook better than me. I just haven't. I'm 57, and I have still to this day not met a woman that can cook better than me. And so this girl goes to sleep, and I'm okay. She's being weird. I don't care. I got my TV on. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch the news. I'm gonna watch Inside the NFL. And maybe a movie. Who knows? I'm a movie guy, by the way. For you ladies out there, I like movies. And so, anyways, I'd rather watch a movie than a TV show. The next morning, I wake up. She's still sleeping. I go upstairs. I'm making bacon and eggs and French toast, pancakes, whatever. I'm making some food. I'm like, and I'm cooking it. Not for me, because I'm cooking for me. I'm not going to, but it's a chick. So I'm like, okay. So I make a nice breakfast, and she wakes up, and I got coffee going. I'm like, hey, you want a cup of coffee? Here you go. You want some bacon and eggs? Here you go. What do you want? How you like them over easy? Yeah, okay, there you go. Handsome boy. What are you doing, handsome boy? My fat bastard's here. That's my handsome boy. Anyways, handsome boy. What are you doing? Come up. Anyways. So she goes, I need to talk to you. I'm like, okay. What's up? She goes, well, last night when I left to work, she goes, and I told her about the Blue Star Kachina, which I didn't find out about till later, that it was the Blue Star Kachina, which is an Indian thing. Hey, handsome, what are you doing? He's behind me now. He's pawing his spot. Anyways, I'm like, okay, what's up? And she goes, well, I got off work. I'm not gonna say nothing about jobs or nothing here. And I was on the way to your house. I was taking one of the kids that I work with home, and he goes, you want to smoke a joint? That's how I met that chick, by the way. That's how I met her. She used to come and buy dope from the guy I lived with. So anyways, she goes, we were in the car, and I know this place we go to where it's like a cul-de-sac. You know what a cul-de-sac is? Guarantee half you don't. It's a dead end road, and it goes to a circle. She goes, so we're going down the circle to smoke a joint, which it was empty. There were no houses built there yet. They were getting ready to build houses. It's probably all houses now. So she goes, we're on the way there, and we come around the corner of this dirt road in the middle of nowhere, Podunk, and there's a big blue light. All she can see is blue light. She goes, I think it's a cop. So I start to slow down, and I'm like, shit, we should turn around. And as she comes around the corner, they see a giant freaking ball sitting in the cul-de-sac, hovering. It was 10 feet off the ground. It was, she said, I guess in her words, was at least 30 feet wide, perfect circle of a giant blue ball just sitting there in the middle of the cul-de-sac. And she slowed down and she saw it and he saw it. And then as they were slowing down, the blue ball flashed like the kind of like the footage from the Dome of the Rock, kind of flashed at him and then went and picked up. She said it went up about 5-10 feet. It sat there for another second and then it started to take off real slow, and then it went zap and it went gone. And so then she was like, I believe you. And a lot of the footage you see on my page was taken, and she was there. I actually drove to Pittston, Maine. There's another one, Nancy Talbot. I didn't mention Nancy. By the way, rest in peace, Nancy. She was the most foremost crop circle researcher. Her and R.C. Levengood, I believe his name was. He was a astrophysicist, and I've met astrophysicists and astronomers. I actually am friends with a couple of people. I have been, anyways. I haven't talked to them for a while, but they took them off online. That's like, it's funny because, anyways, who gives a fuck how it's spelled? We're not here for a spelling bee, pal. How do you spell dickhead? Dickhead. Dickhead. There you go. Can you spell that one? There you go. Asshole. 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 There you go. Now you know how to spell. Do you want to check me on that? You want to check me on that one? Asshole. I don't know if you're talking to me or somebody else, but anyways. Yeah, she saw it. And she didn't only just see it, she got up close and personal because it wanted her to know. And then I took multiple videos when she was with me. Again, check out my page. That's it. That's all the stories you got for now. Now we can get into politics. You want to get into politics? You can do that. What are you doing, handsome? Hey, you must say hi. Say hi to the people, handsome boy. It's a cat. What are you doing? Say hi. What are you purring for? Why are you so furry? You're so furry and purry. Yes, you are. Look, there he is. He doesn't give a fuck about you either. There you go. It's funny how many people give a fuck about what I say, but they have nothing smart to say, do they? Anyways, that's Alley Cat. That's a handsome boy. He's my handsome boy. I picked him up in a forest when I was fishing. No, it's actually the woods. I wouldn't say a forest. It was the woods. The poor little guy. He was starving to death, freezing. Actually, he had a fucking his tail's still broken. He broke his tail. Somebody slammed the door on him or something. I don't know who would treat a cat like that, but he's my boy now. So, and then I got, where's the other one? There we go. I got the baby girl too. So, anyways, there you go. Those are my UFO stories, and those aren't the only ones. So, I think I got that off my chest. I think that's what you came here for, some of you anyways. You know, other than to attack me. because you got nothing else better to do. You're just here attacking people. Hey, why don't you guys, by the way, why don't you guys that hate ICE? Yeah, why don't you, you have a million fucking idiots. Oh, no, that's right. You don't have any idiots because nobody gives a fuck what you're talking about. Why are you here then, pal? Why are you here there? Scrap, man. Yeah, scrap a ball. Is that what you're doing? You're scraping balls? We're going to call him Scraping Balls. There you go. Scraping Balls is here, everybody. Look, Scraping Balls. Liars. Everything I just told was the truth. You don't like liars? Well, you're a fucking piece of shit. I don't like pieces of shit. I don't like cocksuckers that come on my page and try and fucking make me look like an asshole because you think you can. Didn't work. Nobody believes you. I don't see anybody responding to your responses. How many dicks did you suck today there, LGBTQ guy? How many LGBTQ people did you support today, suck a dick? Scrap of balls? That's your name. That's right, scrap of balls. It's not suck a dick, but it's the same thing. Whatever, suck a dick, scrap of balls. You're pretty good at it. You know that. That's about all you got left for you, don't you? You don't like liars? Really? What makes you think I'm a liar? I'd love to hear why. Yeah, why don't you tell us why? Why don't you tell us why? Yeah, well, you're at the bottom of a toilet licking an asshole. Oh, what? Are you a bidet? Is that your nickname, bidet? Scrap a balls, scrap an asshole. That's all. Yeah, that's even better. Scrap an asshole. Use your tongue to clean those assholes, do you? Yeah, you sure do, don't you? Whatever. Yeah. Look at this. This is what I put up with. Yes, I'm an alcoholic. You got a problem with that? Are you a single guy living in your mother's basement? Yes. Now we have something in common. I'm an alcoholic. You live in your mother's basement. You've never walked out of. You don't have a driver's license. You don't have a car. You're a fucking loser. As a matter of fact, you're such a loser. I think I'll just see you. Anyways, he can go fuck himself. I'm not dealing with that. See, look at that. See how long it took for me to block something? It took me all night. I'm proud of myself. I waited. I told my stories. I got more, but whatever. Oh, that's a good one. Look at my videos. You'll see one that I took footage of that was reported all over the country. It went from here to California because it happened right over my house. People saw it. Everybody, yeah, there were multiple people that reported it. I need to trim my beard. Shave, cut my hair. Whatever. Get this guy off my fucking page. Oh, that's right. I already did. Tim O'Keefe, Fallen Worlds Films. Aaron Fox, Anna Banshee. I don't know. I don't even know what that means. I don't get it, dude. What the fuck? What does that mean? Fill me in. Don't know. Fallen Worlds Films. Is he a producer, director? What does he do? What does he do? You know, you shouldn't bring people up that probably don't want to be brung up by people that don't know who he is. I just don't get it. You guys really have nothing better to do. It's crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the banter. I appreciate the following. I appreciate people. Yeah, we'll see. I had a lot of people on tonight, so I know what you're laughing about. Oh, this guy. Yeah, here you go. Let's go back into Nicki Minaj is not at the Grammys. That's right, because she's smart. And look at this guy. Billie Eilish. Yeah, what a fucking tool she is. Really? Oh, ice sucks. She's talking about stolen land. She built a house on stolen land. Fucking loser. What a fucking loser. God. She is the biggest scumbag of them all. She is a hypocritical piece of shit, like most of you are. I stress most. I know there's people that aren't, but there's a fucking hypocritical fucking piece of shit right there. Billie Eilish. Who the fuck is she? Never heard one of her songs? Don't want to. I don't want to hear one of them. I don't think there's a reason for me to listen to any of her crap. I wouldn't listen to it. She's a tool. Just like most of the people on my page. You see, I just talked for fucking almost 2 hours, and all I got was hate. Hate, 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 hate. I'm not out here hating anybody, except for these idiots. So, anyways. I wonder why I have heartburn. Jesus, wonder why I have an ulcer. Fuck off. I have Tums. It's one of your bullshit. They're still arresting people too, they should. Because you cannot attack, and that's what it was. It was an attack style on what group? What news group do you have? Go ahead, shout it out, man. There were families, there were grandparents, there were people with canes, there were children upstairs. Go ahead. Shout out your fucking news group. You don't have a news group. If you do, great. I see it. Was it Green Hill Dawn World Order? World Order? Really? Come on, man. Green New? Yeah. So, in other words, you think that we need to do more freaking windmills and, put up solar energy and, the end of the world is coming because it happened 20 years ago. Oh, that's right, it didn't. It happened 15 years ago. Oh, that's right, it didn't. It's happening now. No, it's not. Anyways. And short for anonymous, whatever. Yeah, of course you're going to be anonymous. Because you don't want anybody to know who you are. I don't give a fuck. I'm right here, man. Look, where's your page? Why don't you have a fucking page? You probably do, but no, the world ain't ending. It hasn't. It's been ending for the last 50 fucking years. The world's, it's all over. Yeah, sure. How's it working out for you? Why isn't the world ended? Why haven't the oceans melted? Why isn't New York underwater? Why is people like Bill Gates and the other asshole, why are they still flying planes that spend more gas in one flight than I spend in a lifetime? Can you freaking please explain that to everybody? Yeah, I'm asking this guy, man. Asking this guy. Fuck it. The world ends, whatever. It ain't ended. You want civil war? You got it. It's not going to happen. These guys are a bunch of pussies. What are you going to do? Fight a bunch of pussies? They can't even they don't even know how to load a gun, much less shoot it. Yeah, exactly. Not that tough, really. Yeah, he's being an idiot. I'm being sarcastic. Pretty simple. Waiting for it to happen. Oh, jeez. We're so screwed. Anyways, no more UFO stories for now. Now we can talk about Bondi and Don Lemon. Yeah, he's fucked. Don Lemon's fucked. And look at now, he's all tough guy. He's sitting on his podcast going, come after me, come after me. They're going to go after him. They already did, you dumb fuck. You were found guilty by a grand jury. Apparently, he doesn't understand what a grand jury is. That's a bunch of smart people of his own peers in Minnesota, and they're blaming it on Trump. Trump had nothing to do with this. He did it all on his own. He's going out. I hope he goes behind bars. They really need to put him. Oh, well, you know what they're going to do? They're going to take all. He doesn't have any money, but whatever money he has, he's going to be, instead of buying butt lube and dildos for his boyfriend, he's going to be giving it to the government. Same thing as the other assholes that were on the Grammys. They're going to all that money they think they're making, going back. Sued. See ya. Fucking morons. Yeah, where's the outrage of all the people that fucking got killed by illegal aliens? Where's the outrage there? Yeah, whatever. You can have all the chakra you want, you dumb cunt. Fuck off. Oh, my chakra. You don't have any chakra. You're an idiot. You're still here. You're still here. You're still on my page. You're nowhere else. You're not. Why don't you go fucking spread your fucking mojo and your beautiful little message to people that give a shit. No, you can't fucking spread it. You know what you can do is get off my fucking page so I don't have to ban you. How about you do that? Why are you still here, fuckface? Why are you still here? How many fucking posts are you on right now? Apparently a lot, because you can't put your post here. You're not going to get shit here. If you try, I will fucking, yeah. Yeah. You know what? I'm sorry about this guy. I let him here long enough. He can go. We'll do this. We'll just do that, and he can take a little sit in the corner with the rest of the frickin' morons. There you go. He's sitting in the corner with a dunce cap on. Dunce. I think he said, I'm going to kill people like guys. No. Come to my house. Break into my home. Yeah. I'm not letting people from illegal places coming into my home. I ain't killing nobody. Unless you try and kill me first, then I will. I ain't even going to think twice about it. You try and kill me, you're going to have to fight. What the fuck? Get him out of here. Yeah, what are you doing here, too? Yeah, he did. No, he got put in timeout. There's a difference. Apparently, you don't have your own live channel. He's got a dunce cap. He's in the corner. He gets to sit in the corner for a day. That'll really piss him off. Then he'll come back and make a complete fool of himself. Not that he already didn't, because he made a complete fool of himself the whole time. The whole time he's been making a fool of himself. I didn't even read him. The whole time, I just actually stopped my stories. I told my stories. Yeah, 166 votes. I love it. Boom. 61% said yes, they wanted to hear the UFO stories. Well, apparently he didn't. They all are. But you think this is why it's public, man. Shaka's just dumb. Chak, stupid. I don't even know what that means. But jeez, he's still back. Anyways, we're gonna do that again. I gotta get rid of this guy. He's got a new freaking he's got multiple profiles with the same stupid thing. Mm, there you go. There you go. See you, buddy. Take it easy. Now you can go jerk off at a corner with a dunce cap. Yeah. Don't grab it too hard, by the way. You know what they say? Pink is kind of cool. Purple, yeah, you're doing a little rougher than you should be. I bet you're both the same guy. I wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, it is an exclusive club. It's smart people. You have to have an IQ higher than 98. Yeah. You have to have an IQ higher than 98. I'm not going to work here if you don't. I mean, you can't. Anyways, no. I won't even fucking explain to you how my IQ is. Whatever. It's a lot higher than 3 of these guys put together. Yeah. Just prove me wrong. Say something smart. Anybody got something smart to say? Didn't think so. No, I'm waiting. Ain't gonna happen. Well, I had at least 15 likes. They had 166 votes. I had at least over 20 people here at one point. It's working, so I'm gonna keep it up. Ain't gonna stop me, motherfuckers. Where else am I gonna smoke? What do you think? I'm gonna go out in the cold? Fuck that. It's my house. I'll do what I want in my house. What are you doing, handsome? You don't care. You don't care. I could smoke some weed too if I wanted, but I ain't gonna do that. What are you doing, handsome boy? Hey, what are you doing? My handsome boy's sitting here. Want to say hi? Here. Say hi. Look. Hey, look you. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing, you? Yeah, see, he's purring away. What are you doing, you? I know you have to deal with this crap. I don't want to either. There you go. You see him? Here. What are you doing? That's the boy. Come here. You want to hear him purr? I can't get this phone there. Hi, handsome. It's my buddy. He wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for me. He would be dead in a forest somewhere, eaten by a coyote. And he's laying right next to me because he knows. He's my emotional support animal. Actually, I'm his emotional support animal. I support him. I didn't fucking give a shit. Do you think I'm stupid? You think I'm stupid? What, you think I'm funny? Like a clown? What the fuck? Well, then why is he fucking being an asshole? I give a fucking goddamn thing. I'm not gonna click on him. Who cares? Yeah, he's gone. It doesn't matter now. He's gone. He is timed out. Came here attacking me. He didn't come here asking for shit. What, green, whatever. I give a flying fuck. I didn't go on a rant. Fuck off. You know, as a matter of fact, game theories. Yeah, you know what? Go play a game, pal. There you go. You can go play a game now. You got 24 hours to play a game. There you go. 24 hours to play a game and get the fuck off my page, you fucking scumbag loser. Jesus. Ugh. Look at my name. God, these people are just stupid. Get off my fucking page. Go somewhere else. Go do something fucking intelligent. Oh, that's right. You can't because you're not intelligent. Again, you guys can get together. You can put your IQs together, and you might match half of mine. Jesus Christ. Ah. You didn't see my name? God. The state isn't my name, dude. Look at my name. Can you do that? I guess not. That's my kitty. Yes. See, put my cat up. That's a handsome boy. It's my orange tabby. That's Alley Cat. You know why I call him Alley Cat? It's funny, people. I call him Alley. People are like, that's not a girl. No, it's a boy. His name's Alley. Why? Because I found him in an alley. He was a little tiny kitten starving to death with a broken tail, and he needed help. And I actually brought him to a friend's house where I found him. I found him when I was fishing. And I went and I found him and I said, you got to take this cat. And he's like, I ain't taking it. And I tried everything. He had a collar. He had a little collar on. And I noticed his tail was broken. So I called the police. It's a funny story. Here's a story for you. You want a story? Who cares? You're going to get it. I don't care if you want it or not. So the little guy, I put him on my shoulder. He's 30 pounds now. He still climbs on my shoulder. It's funny. He gets on my shoulder and wraps around my neck. I got pictures of it. It's hilarious. I brought him and I put him on my shoulder, and my buddy's like, I ain't taking it. So I went to, God, it was that night. I was fishing. I stopped at my buddy's house. I said, dude, you gotta take this cat. He had a garage and a place. I was like, dude, just take the cat. No. So we called the police. It was the funniest story ever. Call the police. I was like, has anybody reported a missing cat? And the police are like, no. I was like, well, I got this orange tabby little kitten. It's beautiful. He's got a little collar with a bell. I don't know why they gave him a bell. Probably to try and scare him, or scare the birds off. And they're like, congratulations, you're a new father. I was like, sons of bitches. So I went to, the local gas station. I ain't gonna give you their name. You might be able to track me down. That wouldn't be good for you or me. It'd be worse for you if you track me down. Anyways, I go there. I get some cat food and litter in a box. I actually had his first litter box was just a piece of cardboard, a little cardboard box that I cut up and put it in there, and he went right in the box. He's never peed on the floor, never pooped on the floor. He's pooped in the bathtub, but whatever. That's because I forgot to clean the stupid litter box. And anyways, I got him some soft food and some hard food. I give him a little bit of both. Him and the girl, the baby. That was the other one. Save the other one. Frickin' saw her in the middle of the road, freezing to death on the frickin' 2 degrees below zero. Poor little Cleo. She's the queen. I brought her home. They fought. Oh, it was crazy. I got into it with them. I tried to break them up. Don't ever break up a cat fight, by the way. I still have scars from that. I still have scars from breaking them up. And that was it. And then he kept attacking her. And then she wound up ripping through the screen and getting outside. Little bitch. And then came back home, which I don't even know how she knew it was home. She knew. And she got warmth and food and love. And she would lay on me, and he would lay on me, and then they'd fight. And anyways, so Cleo got pregnant, and then she had 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 kittens. Yeah, it was 5. 5 or 6. I got homes for everybody. Except for the little bitch. She's actually, I love her so much, Callie. She is so cool. My baby girl. She is my baby girl. I actually had a home for her, but the girl didn't want to come pick her up. She wanted me to drive her to her. I ain't driving to Manchester. Fuck that shit. And I told her. I literally had her in a box and went to meet her at a place that she was supposed to meet me. I waited. She didn't show up. And where the hell are you? I can't make it. So I brought her back home, and then she goes, well, can you meet me here? I was like, nope, too late. I kept her. I fell in love. So now we have a cat. That's a boy. You big bastard. You fat bastard, you. That's our cat. He's the fat bastard. And I have Calico. The baby girl. Baby girl. Where are you? Baby girl. Come here. I don't have any treats. I could shake the treats. She'd be here in a heartbeat. And then I ran out. I'm going to go get treats. Ran out of treats. So she'd snap. Boom. She's got her spot. He's got his spot. They're trained. I'm trained. They're not trained. I'm trained. They know. See, they jump on their spots. They're like, Dad, where's my food? Where's my treats? Where's my water? I know. You do it, Hanson. You do it. You're so funny. Listen to you purr. Jesus, you are vibrating the whole couch purring. I know. You're so handsome. You are so handsome. I guarantee if you came to my house and tried to fuck with me, this cat right here, he would rip you to shreds. I've seen it. Yeah. I have seen it. Somebody come here and start yelling at me, he'd be like on you like flies like shit. He would literally go right up your leg and grab you by the nuts and rip them off. And he'd be like, see what I did, Dad? That's right. He's better than an attack dog. This guy right here. He would fuck you up. Callie, on the other hand, she's got you. She does not want to fight. She's more of a peaceful kind of cat. This one, though, he would fuck you up. Wouldn't you, handsome? Yes, you would. You would fuck people up. He's squinting at me right now while he's getting his lows. Yeah, you would too, wouldn't you? I can see you ripping the nuts off of some fucking stupid Democrat. He would fucking rip your nuts off. And I'd love to see it. That would be fun as hell. My buddy did that once. Came over all fucking pissed off at his wife. Right up his leg. Pinned him into a corner. And he's like, what do I do? I was like, shut the fuck up. Which I didn't teach him how to do that. It's natural. Come here and start screaming at me. Like you guys. I wish I could send him through the fucking phone. Sometimes. It's funny. Still got 4 people. Nobody's got nothing to say. What's happening? What happened? Anyways, fuck it. What time is it? Bottom of a bottle. I'll give you the bottom of a... I got a bottom of a bottle. I'll smash it on the fucking road. And... whatever. Fucking morons. I don't care. I don't care anymore. None I care about. Oh, this should be a good one. Yeah, somebody said something. Yeah, guess what? It was removed, Val. Tomato juice. V8 with horseradish, extra horseradish. That's water with. Oh, this is cool. You ever tried this stuff? This is pretty cool. Kool-Aid. Spray it into a water bottle. It's watermelon Kool-Aid. Little flavor. Better than nothing. I'd rather just drink water, but whatever. I got shit to do. You know, this is the thing. You know, this is funny. The difference between me and you is I have friends. I don't know. A lot of you guys probably don't have friends. You might think you do, but look, let's just take, for instance, I just got dumped on with, I got over 2 feet of snow. It was easily 2 feet, if not more. And so, let's just say where I live, it's a co-op. It's not a freaking homeowners association, anything like that. We live in a co-op, and we bought the place, which was supposed to make it cheaper, which it didn't. But I guess part of the cool thing was, I mean, at first I didn't like it because they raised my rent. And I wound up, I didn't own, I rented, and then I wound up owning my house for nothing. They gave it to me because I fought it. I lived here for over 15 years, paid rent, and then, you know, it was rent to own. And then so I wound up getting my place because I fought it. And I get the place. But long story short is, again, things about friends. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't care. I don't box anymore. I quit boxing a long time ago. I used to get migraine headaches after boxing matches. I can't box. So, I mean, I can. I just don't do it anymore. It's different. Um, Last time I tried to box, I got my ass whooped. So, anyways, back to my story was get my house, and then they had a guy come in who the plow guy, and we've been lucky the last couple years. It was very simple. Mm, yeah, because you're an idiot, and you're number one again. Oh God, and you can get. And you are going into the dunce room. There you go. See you in the dunce room, pal. So anyway, these guys, the fuck. Uh, I would arm wrestle him any day. Pussy. Oh, shit. No, that's okay. That's okay. It's only 5%. You got 5% left. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, that's right. Friends. So the plow guy, charges $20 to do a driveway. And he does the whole place for, I think it's like $500 a storm. So he makes good money. And a lot of people, it was actually funny because I got to know him. They went out. They paid him. I got to know him. And I told him he wanted $20 a time. I was like, dude, this is what I got. And he's like, dude, driveway's tiny. It's like, yeah, He goes, I got you. And he took care of me. And then I threw him some money. I actually went out. I ain't gonna say anything else. And we talked and we had a good time. And he's been taking care of me ever since. I throw him some money here and there. But the point is that when my car's up front after that last storm, we got 2 feet, at least 2 feet. My car's covered, my front of my driveway covered. I actually called a buddy of mine. He called me and he said, did you ever get out of your driveway? I was like, dude, I'm fucking still digging. He goes, I'll come on. You need help? I'll come help you. And I said, I got it, Tommy. I got it, man. You don't have to come here. And he's like, I'm coming after I'm at the gym. I'll be over after. I'm going to get you out of it. I'm like, I got the car out. It's cool. It's just the front of the fucking place packed with snow. He knows. Next thing you know, another buddy of mine calls me, goes, you got an extension cord? I'm like, yeah. Can you bring it outside? I was like, yeah. I'll be there in 5 minutes. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, just bring it out. And he shows up with an electric snowblower, and we plugged it in, and he fucking unburied me. So we got rid of all the freaking snow in like a half hour, if that. Between him and I, we shoveled. He did most of it. And I'm just, yeah, like I said, I'm weak. I am weak. Also broken. I am broken. My back is gone. My muscles are gone. My knees cooked. My hip broken. I gotta go in for freaking hip surgery. I don't even want to talk about it. The shit I gotta put up with. My body is broken. What do you want? You think that's fun? Guess what, you little fucking punks? You're all gonna go through it. And the karma is coming your way. Just like the asshole. Karma. Yeah, you want to know something? Guy sucker punched me in a bar about 5 years ago. Yeah, sucker punched me. Didn't work very well for him, by the way. He sucker punched me. Oh, guess what? I fought back. He thought he was going to knock me out with a sucker punch. Did not work. So I fought back. And yeah, it didn't work out too well for him. Then he goes to jail for assault. Not on my fucking watch. I could have fucking put him in jail for another year. Okay? I didn't press charges. The guy sucker punched me. I did not press charges. Everybody's begging me not to press charges. They had it on camera, by the way. Yeah. Long story short, guy, I did not press charges. Next thing you know, I'm with a couple of my buddies. We're at a bar somewhere, just having a beer and dinner. And it's a pub. And local place. We only got a few of them. And so he was there. And he comes up. He's like, I'm sorry. Apologizes to me. Hi, how you doing? How you doing? Anyways, he comes up and apologizes. And my buddy's like, well, that was nice of him to apologize. It's like, fuck him. No snow here right now. It's been clean. We were supposed to get some last night, but it didn't happen. No, we missed it. It missed us. It went all south of here. Good thing. Christ's sakes. I was just talking about the snow. Just took all day to get the rest of my front of my driveway done with the electric snowblower. Anyways, he just went away for 5 years for stealing money from the business that he sucker punched me in. So that's karma. You guys do not get karma. It's karma. You don't fuck with people. You keep fucking with people, you're going to get fucked with, and it's not going to be by the people that you like. It's going to be by people that don't like you because you're not likable. So you might want to rethink your strategies about this bullshit. I'm just saying, rethink it. Go through your mind a little bit before you put some stupid post on Facebook about how you hate ice. You know what? You people that hate ice so much, what are you going to do when your daughter or your sister or your mother or your brother dies from drugs or gets raped or murdered or killed or freaking, yeah. If you love illegal aliens so much, why aren't they living in your house? That'll never happen. I love that too. You know, just ask them. To all the illegal people that hate ICE so much, why, you know, that live in gated communities with private drivers that don't leave their house. They, like Jimmy Kimmel, you know, his toilet paper gets delivered to his house because he doesn't have to go shopping. Guess what? He's eventually going to have to go shopping. There's no snow here. Not that I know of, anyways. Please don't say that word. I hate that word, snow. Jesus Christ. I have to start shoveling again. You fucking kidding me? My back's still sore from the last one. Jesus Christ. Again, we were just talking about that. You gotta have friends. My buddy called me today, said it, and he called me back. Kevin came over, my other buddy, and he helped me. He helped me clean up the rest of the mess I got made. Jesus Christ, that was a brutal storm. 2 feet, might have been 2.5. It was more than 2 feet. There's a lot of fucking snow. I know that. Excuse me. A lot of fucking snow. We've had more snow this year than we have in the last 3, 4. Just been all at once. We called it too. He called it. I shouldn't say we. He said, I think it's going to be nasty. I said, yes, I agree. And I think it was the Farmer's Almanac said, we're fucked. And we have been. So, and it's just started February. So we're going to get at least a couple more storms. At least. It's going to be another good one coming in. Not to mention the temperatures. Talk about cold. Holy crap, cold. Holy crap, cold. Negative. Anyways, come on, guys. Anyways, give me something because I'm still watching. I'm waiting for Gutfeld. I missed Gutfeld earlier. It's going to come on. I'm going to watch. Probably see the 5 was on, so then I have to watch Laura Ingraham. Not a big fan. Hannity, same thing. Same shit over and over again. But I love Gutfeld. Well, let's see what asshole has to say. What do we have this? Who is this? Yeah, you would know, wouldn't you? You know what pedos look like, huh? Kind of look like Epstein? Yeah. And you're a pedophile. There you go. You would know. It takes more to know one, right? Oh, it's funny when you see a guy. My top 3 cars, Monte Carlo, SS. 86 Monte Carlo SS. Of course, Ford Mustang. I'd love to have a Shelby fastback. And then my third one right now, I would say I have other ones. Well, of course, you got the Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Lamborghini Countach. Not a Porsche guy. Ferrari, though, yeah. And then my buddy has a Dodge Charger Hellcat. That thing is fun. You know why? Because I've driven it. And that thing is fucking a beast. It's like 700 horse with the black key and the red key, 500 to 700 horse. So, anyways, what are your cars? What do you like? What do you got? My favorite's my Monte Carlo. I've had 3 of them. I had an 86, I had an 84, I had an 89, and then I had a 2004. I've had quite a few Monte Carlos. Sacramento, California. I love Grand Nationals. Well, it's almost the same car. Yeah, it's funny. My buddy had a Grand National with a Hearst shift kit. Yeah, I love that Hearst shift kit. Boom, boom, boom. He actually had a what do you call it? A freaking a nitros in it. He had the tank in there where you hit the button. That thing was fucking badass. Love that Hearst shift kit with the nitros. Yeah, Grand National, same thing. I mean, it's really very similar to the Monte Carlo. Yeah, my buddy had one. That was a cool car. It's one of my first hot rods was the Monte Carlo. So yeah, Grand Nationals were nice. Especially, like I said, that Hearst shift kit. Boom. That thing was, still automatic, but it was kind of like having what do you call it? You know, it's kind of like being able to shift into freaking overdrive. That was the nice thing about the Monte Carlos, too. They had that overdrive, you know, especially when you got up on the highway. Caprice Classic, yeah, yeah, those are nice cars. Yeah, I do. Yeah, wow. You know your cars, man. I like that. I like that, brother. Yeah, Caprice Classics. Yeah, that's another. Well, again, it's very similar to the Grand National, the Monte Carlos, the Caprice. I had a, I had a Cadillac that was a nice car. That was a beast. It was a boat, but it was fast. You know, big old V8. Anything with a V8 in it. Had to have a V8. You know, I'm driving a little fucking piece of crap four banger. This kind of sucks. Ford fucking Taurus. Ah, I hate it. I hate that car. I feel like grandma in it. But it gets me where I gotta go. And it's a station wagon. Again, I feel like grandma. But it works because I got a van so I can load all the equipment in the back. And my painting stuff too, if I got a paint gig. I go throw all my tools and everything in there. My saw, my fucking whatever I need to throw in there. But couldn't do that with the Monte Carlo, I'll tell you that. My buddy'd have to come over with the van, and we'd load it up in his van, big old black van. We actually talked about getting stickers, or not stickers, magnets. Red House Road Blues Band on the side when we went and did gigs, especially in like Laconia or something during Bike Week. Haven't done a gig in so long. It's kind of pissing me off. Yeah, see, that's what I. Yeah, my dad was a Lincoln guy, so I like the Cadillacs, but he was a Lincoln guy. I told him I just did 2 hours of UFO stuff. I'm going to tell you the Blue Star Kachina. Yeah, I'll never forget that. And the red stars, the red lights that split and split and split and split. I never finished that story. The weirdest thing about the story, I'll tell you, I'll go through it again. We were at the top of Catamount Mountain in Pittsfield, New Hampshire, and was with the meteorologist, and there were 3 lights in the sky. I said, you know, I was talking about a place we used to go see this. And then they split up into like 15 red lights and then flew around us. They were literally all in front of us. And went from being over on the north side, and then they went right to the west side, right in front of us, all these red lights. And they split, split, split. And there's the best part of this is that later I hear a story, and it was on TV. I can't remember what show it was, but the guy said there were these red lights all over his farm. And he just saw all these red lights, and there were just 1, 2, 3, 4, 15 red lights. And then they started joining together and did the opposite of what I saw. And then they all joined together and then stopped and became one. And then the one light sat there in the middle of his field and went gone. And that was the blue light Kachina too, because I only saw one blue light. There's one blue light sitting in the sky. It was during a Hale-Bopp comet. So I'll give you, a little, backstory. We're driving home from a gig. I was with my sister in the van. She drove all the equipment. We had all the equipment in the van. In the Astro van, by the way. It's my brother-in-law's van. He died from leukemia. Anyways, we had his van and we had loaded it up, and we're on the way home, and you could see the stars in the middle of nowhere in New Hampshire. And this blue star, and she's like, what the fuck's that? And it went, and took off straight up into the sky like freaking lightning. I mean, it was so fast. You couldn't even time it. It was just snap. But you saw it. It didn't even leave a trail. It was gone. And then I looked it up. Blue Star Kachina. It's what the Indians called it. The Blue Star Kachina. Anyways. So there you go. Back to the UFOs. Back to the caddy. Yeah, it's a 77 Caddy. Wow. You know, I just saw a really cool video today. They just sold, I think it was a 67 Vet. There were only 20 made, 77 or 67 Corvette. There was only 20 made. One of them was red on red. Red interior, red paint, black stripe, black racing stripe over it. And it sold for $250 million. That was at Barrett's auction there. You know, the Barrett's. Yeah, wow. Could you imagine? I wish I had that money. Oh, geez. If I was there, I would have bought that fucking thing. I always wanted a Vet. That's one car I've always wanted, never could afford. I actually have driven a few. My buddy has one. I don't know. I don't know. It was all redone. It was beautiful. Oh my God, $250 million. I was one of the top cars that sold at this auction. It went for over 250 mil. It was over the highest auction at like 150, and then it went for 250. Can you believe that? I don't know, man. But it was a 67. I think it was a no, it was a 67. Oh God, it was there was, I can't remember the model, but there were only 20 made. I know that because they only made 20 that year of this car. And it might have been a K. I don't know, man. I don't want to step my bounds here because, God, I wish I could remember. I should have written it. I have my notepad. I should have written it down because I got to tell you, that car was fucking gorgeous. It was beautiful. It was just, you know, that car with a V8. Are you kidding me? You ever drive a Vet? I mean, Jesus Christ. Those cars are fast as fuck because they weigh like 20 pounds with a V8 in it. You know, they do wheelies with those things. You almost need wheelie bars, you know. My buddy had one, and it was funny. I took it out a couple times. My buddy with his Charger. I love that Charger. That fucking Hellcat. That thing is so fast. It's like, we get on the highway, I was like, can I punch it? And he's like, yeah. Ah, boom! See ya! Sucked back into the seat, man. God, I love it. That's why I like my Monte Carlo. My buddies loved my Monte Carlos too. They all did. I got pulled over by a cop one day. Right, this is funny. I'm driving it was a freaking, I think it was an 03, 04, because I had a couple of them. I've had 4 or 5 of them. I mean, it was Monte Carlos. It was just the thing. I loved them. And this was a V6 too, turbo, whatever. It was still an SS turbo V6, which wasn't a V8, but it still had nuts. And I remember I didn't get pulled over. Now I'm thinking about it. I overheated because I went and got an oil change, and the cocksucker that did my oil change. Okay, there you go. That's cool. Yeah. Hey, you know, friends that got Jeeps. Actually, my buddy's girlfriend got a Jeep. They broke up. She might have to sell it. I don't know. What's she buying a Jeep for? Talk about a piece of crap. Anyways, we're on the road in New York, right? This is funny too, because I'm in New York. I was working. She was with me. She used to come help me work once in a while. Make my day easier. Throw her some product. Throw it on the shelves. Used to build Tractor Supply stores. Anyways, we're on the way home, and my fucking car overheats. And I pull off to the side of the road. My fucking temperature's going nuts. My car's dying. Pull over. I'm like, what the fuck? I open it up. Son of a bitch that did my oil change checked my radiator fluid and fucking left the goddamn cap open. So the cop, I'm like trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. He comes up while I'm just popping the hood. You want me to shoot it? It was funny. This dude looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger too, New York cop. Big tough guy, fucking arms like freaking tree trunks. And I'm like, oh shit. I just smoked a bone too. So it comes up, you want me to shoot it? I was like, no, it's my baby. What are you talking about? And he goes, nice car. I like it. And I was like, yes, it's my baby. And he goes, what's going on? I was like, I don't know. She overheated. And he looks, he goes, and he touches the cap. He's like, you ran out of fluid because somebody left a cap loose. So between him and I, we get a bunch of water. We fill my tank with water, my radiator, I should say. And he goes, I'll follow you to the next exit. There's a gas station right there. We'll get you some antifreeze. And the guy was the coolest dude ever. You know, everybody says cops suck. Let me tell you, they don't. It's how you treat them and how, you know. The guy was very funny. He was very cool. He followed me. He goes, I go, man, I'm really sorry to take, you away from what you got to do. He goes, you saved a lot of people tickets today, because he was sitting on the side of the road pulling people over, giving them tickets. And so we get to the gas station. He goes, let her sit, put your antifreeze in. There's a restaurant right across the street, little greasy spoon. Go over there, have some breakfast and lunch or whatever you want. And let her sit for a while. You'll be fine. Nicest guy ever. He was really the coolest cop I've met in a long time. I don't have to do. Yeah, but I have actually met other cops too that are really cool. That's what, that's what you put out. You get what you put out. This guy was so cool. He helped me get to the gas station. He helped me. We were going through my trunk and his trunk, and we're finding half-empty bottles of water, filling my freaking radiator, and we got back. And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have. So, all you people that hate cops so much, what are you going to do when somebody breaks into your house? I know what I'm going to do. I'll fucking shoot them, but whatever. I also know I went outside, I got served. And when I say served, somebody put a restraining order on me because I went to my niece's house because my niece is special needs. This is a story. My niece is special needs. She shows up at my door. Haven't seen her in 2 years since my sister died. Her mother. She lived with her. Special needs. She gets the house. She gets $100,000 in life insurance. And then some fucking scumbag is over there living off of her. And then she shows up at my house asking me, hey, Uncle Paul, what are you doing? You got any weed? And I'm like, I haven't seen you in fucking how long? 5 years. The last time I saw you was then. Anyways. So then I tell her, so I go, no, I don't have any weed. What'd you do? Where's your friends? Where's all these people? Last time I went to her house, before this, there were 10 cars in her fucking parking lot. 10 cars in her driveway. She didn't even have it. It was all at the cul-de-sac. Cars everywhere. It was a party central. And I was like, didn't say a fucking word, right? I said, she's here asking me. So I go, what are you doing? Hold on a second. My phone rings. She goes, I gotta go. She goes, so you just came here looking for dope? She was like, well, I gotta go. I said, what, do you got a boyfriend or something? She goes, yeah, I do. So that trips my trigger. And I go, okay. What do I do? Well, if you were me, if I were you, if we wore different shoes, be the same thing. I decide in my ultimate wisdom my ultimate wisdom. Sorry. Gutfeld's on. Anyways, I'm gonna watch this. Anyways, it went down. Didn't work out for her or the guy. I went up in court. They put a restraining order on me. I won. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on. I haven't been there since. I don't want to know. I don't care. Jesus Christ. Fucking scumbag. If I ever see that motherfucker, I know who he is, too. I can't wait to see him somewhere. He threatened me. I threatened him first. I did tell him. I did too. I walked up to him. I said, if you ever fuck with her, you ever hurt her, I swear to Christ, you're going to wind up in hell. And the minute you get out of hell, I'm going to put 3 more in your chest, drag you back down to hell, and fucking watch you burn. I don't know. I don't know anything about New York. I'd say north. I'd say suburbs. You don't want to go to New York City. Kidding me. Put your ass out. Go to New York. Find out yourself. Go to New York. Find out yourself. You know, fucking, what do I look like? A real estate agent? Yeah, go there. Yeah, that's right. That would be the cheapest place. Go there. Go live in the South Bronx. The fuck? I missed the whole fucking preload. Okay. I love Emily. She's so hot. She talks too fast, but she's hot. There's a difference between oh look, he's got a tiger shark tooth on his neck. It's definitely a tiger shark tooth. Oh fuck. Really? I'm starting to like you. Yeah.
I also figured we'd be talking about migrant sex offenders, and I wanted to look the part.
You guys don't listen with me. I don't care if you do or not.
It's not that important because if you solve
it's
then
almost
you
3 hours. I wonder how many subscribers I got. By the way, if you like me, please subscribe, because then I got a reason to come back. I already got, geez, I'm almost up to close to 1,500 subscribers. You know, once I break that border, I think around 1,500, 2,000. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. I will continue doing this. And I might have some stuff I got my notepad going. Trying to work on what to talk about. And not just UFOs, by the way. Somebody keep asking me. Anyways, I'm going to listen to this guy.
I wish I had the foresight to say, like, hey, I'm doing this to legalize marijuana because of America. I am convinced that these teachers have drinking and drug problems.
I love this guy. He is the funniest guy since Dave Letterman.
Never met anyone that didn't.
Greg Gutfeld, freaking kudos. Very intelligent. Funny as fuck. If you think I'm wrong, you're more than welcome to disagree. I doubt you will. Because if you do disagree, you watch Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert and MSNBC, the biggest morons in the world. He gets more views in one show than they do all month. One show. That's it. They don't even get half the views. Don Lemon? Really? Do any of you watch Don Lemon, by the way? I got 5 people. Anybody watch Don Lemon? Anybody watch Michelle Obama's podcast? Anybody? MSNBC, CNN? Come on. Oh, they're running now. Come on, tell me. I want to hear how many of you watch those shows. None of you. And if you do, you're a moron. You did? What'd you watch? I did what? What, you did, Don Lemon? He liked it, I bet.
Yeah, and everyone watching this should go home and do some drugs with their kids. Oh, man.
He's kidding everybody.
No, he's not.
I think
He's not.
kidding.
I think he's kidding.
You are kidding.
Yeah.
For legal
What'd you
purposes,
watch?
I'm
I did what?
kidding. And they're not free, but meet me backstage later. First taste.
Yeah, trying to take the freaking high road, huh? You got the crown, man. You got the crown. What do you got? Number one. What you got, number one?
The immaturity of his
Tell us who you watch. What? You did watch what?
socialist,
Jimmy Kimmel?
Democrat socialist,
I watched him on the Man Show. I don't watch this fucking stupid show. Jimmy Kimmel Live? What a fucking joke.
And that's why it is
Don Lemon? What? You used to watch Don Lemon? And yeah, they're both fired now. You know that for a reason. They number one, their ratings sucked. They're the worst ratings ever. For a reason. They sucked. They still suck. Either one of them. Kumo, him. They couldn't find a fucking goddamn show to save their lives. I could be on right now. You can put me on either one, MSNBC, CNN, whatever. But I'm not an actor, so I'm not going to lie and tell them, tell people what they want me to tell them. I'm going to tell the truth. The difference between me and them.
No, let them sleep outside. That is so. It is so patently absurd, and it is so backwards from what a society should be.
Didn't you say you were from California? One of you guys was from California, Sacramento? So you support Gavin Newsom, right?
And the thing is,
support homelessness.
Okay, if they
you support people's houses being burned down.
Right? And then that's going to just start fires.
You support no fire hoses because they have no water. Anyways, Tyrus is talking. I like Tyrus. He's funny. I don't get why he always has his leg up there.
What he said is not new. I mean, they've said that for centuries. I believe the original phrase was "let them eat cake."
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. Let them do what they want to do. But here's the thing: it's money. It's the money laundering. You can't solve the homeless problem because all the funds that go to solve that crazy riddle would be dried up.
Yeah,
and you have to use that fundage. You have to have a team, Greg. You can't just cut a check and build some shelters. You got to get a team together.
Yes.
I mean, not just like construction workers and architects. No, like family, friends, and you sit around in a circle of trust and find the root cause of what is causing this homeless thing. And at least, and just for that,
kind of like homelessness.
We're looking at, 5 to 6 million? I mean, we got
illegal aliens. Let them live with you. They're looking for places to live, by the way. You're just going to let them live with you.
See, this is what bothers me because you're book smart, but you're money laundering and street smart. We got to work on it.
Yeah.
Like you never
book smart. See, that's the thing. I like to tout that, by the way. It's funny. You just made a very valid point. Very valid point.
I'll put it in a roll of quarters, put it in the thing and let it spin around. And guess what?
Put weed in my books. Money in my books.
You guys have seen that now.
I don't hide money in my books anymore because my brother used to find the money.
All kinds of money. Unless, of course,
he would find the money, he'd find the weed, he'd find wherever I hid it. Didn't matter where I hid it. He would steal it. That motherfucker would steal every dime, every bag, everything I had. He would steal it. So I'm going to put this on pause for a second. So, if you got a better idea, where do you hide your money? Well, guess what? Not in your books, I actually did them in DVD cases. I had about $5,000 stashed in a DVD case. This is funny story. I had like $5,000 stashed in a DVD case, right? So I stashed it, and then one night I got drunk, and I was like, I gotta hide this. And so I popped the DVD case open, and I hid it in another one. And then I woke up like a few weeks later. I was like, I need some cash. Where's that $5,000 I stashed? And I couldn't find it. I had to go through all my DVD cases. Then I went, oh, wait a minute. I think I know which one it is. Sure shit, it was there. It was right in the one that I thought, wow, I ain't doing that again. Now I keep it in the bank. Fuck that. I give a fuck. But yeah, that was cash too. I don't put cash in bucks anymore. No. You did what? Gotta come up with something smart, man. Anyways, I don't know if you're just everybody's not paying attention. Anyways, yeah, be careful where you hide your money because the siblings might find it. My brother, that prick, how much it busted my ass. Fucking, I had about $300 for fucking like 5 weeks of work. I got paid 3 times, and I was making $4.25 an hour. I think it was. It was minimum wage. That was in God, I don't remember, but
I took it.
I needed some cash, and that motherfucker took my money. He took my money and my weed. He took my money and my weed. It's a funny story about that is just not too long ago, I had a yearbook from my high school. 1986, I graduated, right? It was my 1986 yearbook. And I don't know why I was going through some of my shit. And I found it. And I was like, oh, wow, check it out. My yearbook. Just going through it when I was looking. And then I opened the fucking page. There's a bunch of weed in there from 1986. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? It was like, oh, I put it on a piece of paper. I grabbed a piece of paper out of my printer. And I was like, check it out. I got weed. Let's just say it was dirt weed, but it was still weed. As a matter of fact, I have this now. I got this. Boom. That's some brownie scout rhythm. That's like 35%. I also have this too. Where's my other one? There it is. Yeah, this is one of my Christmas presents my buddy gave me. That's what was it? The pineapple spice, I think is what it was. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Wow, my ears are ringing. Pineapple, Panama mint. That's what it is. Panama mints. Yeah, that shit was good. Damn straight up good. Oh, Jesus. I still got half a joint left. I got that for Christmas. It's already February. Damn. Couple puffs here and there. See ya. Light it up. That's a Van Halen tune. Light it up. What is it? Panama. No, not the song Panama. There's another one. Panama Jack or something like that. Oh, I gotta watch this. Oh, this fucking asshole. What a piece of shit.
Aliens, we are humans, and we are.
We aren't aliens, we are humans. Yeah, you're a fucking piece of. Look at these fucking, yeah. And they all live in gated communities with mansions on stolen land. Billie Eilish, oh, you're living on stolen land. Well, she built a mansion on it. You fucking morons.
Their voices matter. Do you feel like you've been bathed in the warm wisdom of our...
I am an immigrant. English is my second
I'm
language.
glad I didn't watch the Grammys. I don't watch the Grammys, never have, never will. I should be part of the Grammys.
It's kind of bizarre.
I would smoke most of these assholes.
Isn't that Greta? Wasn't that Greta Thunberg? Yeah, it was Greta Thunberg.
Oh, I thought it was the person from the sequel to Blue Steel, the her guy.
Unreal.
I believe it was Elliot Page.
Yes, thank you.
I understand nobody wants to talk about this because you have nothing intelligent to say.
To say all immigrants are the same is just disingenuous. And there's this meme that's going on the internet that
He said it.
how much
Disingenuous.
is just based on them pretending not to
You do
understand
call
things
me
and just making
names.
discourse impossible. This isn't about immigrants. This is about illegal immigrants. And illegal immigrants are harming legal immigrants because they're taking slots that could opportunities that legal immigrants would follow the rules and stay in line had to do.
That's
But
why I
at the
love
same time, I
Gutfeld.
mean, like,
That's why
who's
he has
watching
his,
this channel?
he has his
Right?
peeps.
I didn't even know they were on until this
Smart.
morning.
I was being fentanyl. As everyone should with their children.
You hear what he said? He was doing
Well,
fentanyl.
Emily, I posited this
Like
on
the
the
shit that
drive
my
today,
brother OD'd
that,
from
because
and
really
died
the house is on stolen land, that it should be turned into a casino.
from illegal aliens.
Right?
God, I'd like to
She was
hang
in
out
her
with
red
Emily
suit, has a
Campagna
blackjack
one night,
uniform.
like on a Friday, and get drunk
Look
with
at
her,
that.
bang the
Blackjack.
shit out of her, and be like, see
Yeah,
you later.
We talked about how disingenuous
I
people.
can't put up with your
so
talking
much
so
money. You know,
much.
she had the pleasure and the comfort, the entitlement of growing up.
You think
in
I'm bad
LA,
at talking?
in a
Listen to
creative home
Emily
where she was
Campagna.
homeschooled. And then in her teens, she had Album of the World and won the Grammy #1 album and became a multi-millionaire.
She's a
And that's
fucking
not
creepy
who I
looking
want to be
broad
lectured
right
by.
there.
That's not who has credibility.
She is
People up there on the stage who
creepy.
said, you know,
I
I'm
don't
a
mean her,
granddaughter,
I
and then
mean,
same with me.
I
You're
mean
a second
Billie
gen too. What
Eilish.
does that
What
matter?
a
That's not actually the
creepy
point at all.
motherfucker.
And it is so disturbing
She
to me
is
that
so
these
creepy.
celebrities who enjoy
Creepy.
double-digit
Anybody want to argue that?
security entourages
Creepy.
and dates who call 911 when they have
Jesus
stalkers at the door,
Christ.
who go to their prosecutors
She's
when
more
they need a
creepy than
restraining
David
order.
Lee Roth.
Tell me, try to tell
Try
me
topping that. She
they
did.
think that all of these law enforcement should be eradicated and doxxed and put in danger. I have never seen one of them have a thing for a victim. Where's the
I'm
Lincoln
a
Riley
huge
thing? Where's
Van
the
Halen
Jocelyn
fan.
Mbari thing? There's a million things.
Should plug in.
They would have to have, to be honestly, they
I
have
think
to
I
be
should.
covered
We
with
should plug in.
band-aids. But it is true,
Yes.
Tyrus. Why don't they go out on the
I don't
street?
care
Why
either.
don't they go
That's why I can't
the
plug
ice,
in. I can do what I want here, can't I? That's right. It's my show, not yours.
How about for one evening you let your security go and your manager go and your publicist go? You understand, these are the people that when they, as a former bodyguard and I guess celebrity in some circles, they get there and the first thing they do, they don't speak to anybody. They sit in the car.
He can be a
have
prick.
The person who
Don't get
drove
me
them
wrong. I'd
get
love
out
to
of the
meet
car
him, though. I
and
bet
make
we get
sure
along
it's
great.
clear,
Be
right?
like,
So there's
dude,
none of those
you
fans
big ass
bugging them,
motherfucker
'cause
with
it's
the tiger
so
shark tooth on your
annoying
neck.
for people. So
You're
then
cool.
they wait, and then they get them in, and then they get them to their little green room. And when they
I
get
know.
to the green room,
I know how to
the
treat
water's
people.
cold.
That's the one thing.
And
You
if
need
there's
to
not
learn
fruit
how to
plate
treat people.
with Skittles, none of the red
You
ones
guys should
in the
learn how
bottle.
to treat
There's
people.
a problem. And they'll pull somebody aside like, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just saying it's fine. But typically, when I come to an event like this, there's a lot of pressure on me. Everyone's excited to see me. And I put red Skittles in my bowl. We're talking about. So if I could just, people, there's, I thought I saw somebody, a service person, come into the green room without a knock. We discussed this.
Anyways, sorry about that. I told you my phone was dying, so I'm going to recharge. By the way, give me a like, subscribe, and I'll be back. You can guarantee that. I can't wait to come back. My phone's going off, so anyway. I'm going to recharge for a little bit. So, might be back tonight. I might be back tomorrow. I might be back next week. You'll see. Anyways, hang out. Be cool. And, people take care of each other. Well, you can you do that? I appreciate it.
For people like President Biden and herself, she demonizes certain soldiers too if they dare
Peace out.
speak up about things like this is